the benefits of Inspired Disorder Plus. So you go inspireddisorder.com/plus. Sign up, $5 a month. You get to binge the full week of The Ray Taylor Show ad-free. You get to watch all of the live painting videos I do. You get a special members-only discount and deals for all of the artwork and merch that I sell. You also get the complete podcast back catalog of every podcast I've ever produced, hundreds of episodes, countless different podcasts. You also get access to my personal blog. A new blog comes out every week. In addition to that, you get my creative writing that I'm releasing. You also get access to asking me anything. 14 years of experience podcasting. I've been creating art my entire life. I've been using Photoshop since middle school, and you can contact me to ask me questions about that or anything else. So those are the benefits for signing up for Inspired Disorder Plus.
This is a HeadGum podcast.
This is All Fantasy Everything, the podcast where we fantasy draft anything and everything in the entire world. Anything that's out there, baby, we can fantasy draft it. Today, we are drafting sounds. Our guest today is the hilarious stand-up comedian, Stephen A.J. I'm your host, Ian Carmel, and with me, as always, are my friends and comedians, Sean Jordan and David Bory. Let's get into it. Welcome to another brand new episode of All Fantasy Everything, the podcast that is, we're currently planning races. Foot races for high flames.
I'm gonna do better this year. I'm gonna be ready for it. I'm gonna stretch my hammies. And Jeff Tice, if you're listening, you are. I know you're listening. I'm coming for you. You're soft.
Oh man,
You're soft, bro. You hear
that
it?
that is a tall. I love you, Sean. That is a tall. Heist is hooping 2-3 times a week. I think he's got maybe some stride length on you.
He might, yeah. But that, he had
That race last year did not go great.
I didn't lose that poorly. And anyway, regardless, Jeff, you hear me? I'm coming for you. You're a soft dad.
Calling you to the carpet.
Yeah.
All right.
Soft dad, dude.
Is the lineup yet out? The lineup for high
Oh,
flames.
the lineup is out. We can start making brackets immediately.
Some of it, yeah.
Some of it.
I'll mop up 3/4 of that initial lineup.
Yeah, we should have a pool bet on that shit.
We were trying last year.
Do you think Shane would race me?
Yes, I do.
I don't think he would. I don't think Shane would race
think he
anybody.
would.
I don't think he would race anybody.
I've seen Shane get buck. You give him a couple little bowls of loudmouth soup, he'll race you, dude.
I don't want people to be drunk for the races though. Besides, like I'll be drunk officiating. But I just feel like if somebody gets, I don't want people to fall. People were falling sometimes last year.
Yeah.
And that was sober. So like I feel like we can't be having people.
I
out
was
there.
so scared I was gonna fall when I got cooking. When I got my version of cooking, and I knew I was gonna lose, I was like, I'm still running, and the last thing you want to do is fall forward. It's such a bummer.
Yeah. And everybody was cold. Everybody was doing it on cold, like.
Yeah.
That's what because Blair's an athlete, and she's watching all this run. She's like, you guys are gonna snap a hamstring. Someone's gonna snap a hamstring. It's just gonna happen.
Yeah. Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
Daniel Van Kirk looks like an athlete to me. I think he's fast. You know what I mean? I'm looking at the lineup right now. Jonah
got your
Ray
number,
weighs
Dan.
45 pounds now. There's no way it could be him. Will Miles?
I'll be Will.
I'm talking about me, dude.
I'm feeling froggy. I'm out here. I'm feeling feisty. I'm like, my hand's
I
shaking.
think Will could be sneaky
I
fast.
think Will Miles is sneaky fast.
I think Adam Caden Holland is probably actually fast.
Caden's got a chest on
I
him.
can't.
Look
He
at
played
him. He's
soccer, dude. I can't.
Yeah.
He's all shredded.
Soccer
He can see neck muscles in ACH. No, I don't got
Billy
ACH.
Wayne is fast.
No, yeah, Billy Wayne is fast. This is a fast festival, man.
Okay.
Maybe Orvidal?
I don't think Overdall's running anywhere, man.
Not for me.
I don't think he's ready.
After I did the Grommets
Yeah.
podcast, I found out he's sneakily unathletic. He's like, he's quick to be like, no, I don't do anything.
What about Sharpie? Sharpie's pretty good, actually.
Sharpie probably gonna ice
Sharpie, I
everybody.
feel like.
But he's shorter.
He used to play soccer too. He might.
That's true. And his whole thing is just athletics. Like, he's just a pretty athletic guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, we went to the beach, sick hanging out his mouth, but like the best baseball throw I've ever seen. He's just a sneaky athlete.
I might have to wait for further lineup announcements. unless Shane Torres, if you're listening to this, called you to the carpet.
I think you could probably beat Simon Gibson.
Yeah, I got Simon Gibson.
Yeah.
I love Simon Gibson.
You could probably
I got
get
Simon Gibson.
You could probably get Simon.
I got Simon Gibson. I'm 6'3", you know what I mean? I'm in the gym every day.
You got a big gate.
We gotta think about height.
Yeah.
Sneakily intimidating calves though too. You got
Ian's
your
got some
calves
icy
is-
calves.
So you go, that motherfucker might have a start on his ass.
Wait until you see me in High Plains this year. I've been like the biceps are popping right now. I'm
Oh,
like
shit.
I'm
Okay.
as brawny as I've been in a long time.
Damn. All right, I gotta get on it then.
Ronnie, I know. I'm honest. I'm trying to I want to look decent. It's always fun. It's like summer camps, closest we get.
This guy who wants to look decent is Sean Jordan.
Yeah.
Sean is Jordan on Twitter. Sean Jordan on Instagram. Sean doing chest presses. Sean doing pec flies. What's your routine if you're gonna be getting?
I've just
on
been
point?
trying to skate as much as I can and walk 10,000 steps a day, and I've actually been paying a little attention to what I eat. Not full attention, but I'm trying. Like I eat the
Half
greens
cups
every
of hot
day.
sauce.
Yeah, dude, I seriously do make myself cut down, and then I'll tell Laura, and she's like, "That's a cut down version." I'm like, "Yeah, dog. Otherwise, you wouldn't be able to tell it was pizza." Watching my diet.
God, I mean, this is a normal refrain for the heavier dudes, but your metabolism, I would fucking murder somebody for it.
What's your doo-doos like though? I've always felt like you might have a
Yeah, good question.
complicated
boots.
doo-doo skate. Really?
Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, now, especially now, since ever since COVID, since things got less erratic for me, it's more like wake up, solid one within probably an hour every day, and then maybe another one later in the day, depending on what kind of mood I'm in, if I'm anxious or whatever. But pretty solid hour into the day, I get the good one out. Now, if you want to hear me talk more about that, go ahead and come to Comedy Corner Underground, Minneapolis, Minnesota, August 18th and 19th. Capitol Hill Comedy Bar, Seattle, Washington, September 6th. Boss's Comedy Club, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, August 25th. I'm also going to be hosting That Sounds Decent, which is a music festival in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, August 26th. And live album recording in Portland, Oregon, October 29th. Mississippi Studios, not pizza. Tickets going fast, much to the chagrin of my esteemed colleague, one Ian Carmel.
Dude, I'm afraid nobody's going to that show.
Please come out to those shows. I'm very excited about this stand-up that I'm doing right now. I haven't ever said that in my whole life. I've never actually had any confidence in it. This stuff I feel is great, so come on out and see it. I'm happy with it.
David Bory is here. Cool Guy Jokes 87 on Instagram. Bring David to play tour
Yeah.
all over these United States of America. Dave, where can people see you?
BringDavidToPlate.com, the aluminum foil tour. I'm gonna rattle off the cities again, just so you know.
The aluminum
Birmingham,
foil tour.
Alabama, Asheville, North Carolina, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Chattanooga, Tennessee, Nashville, Tennessee, Raleigh, North Carolina, Austin, Texas, Denver, Indianapolis, Indiana, Morgantown, West Virginia, St. Louis, Missouri, New York City, Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Worcester, Massachusetts, and that's it.
Now, I couldn't help but hear Chattanooga. You say Chattanooga.
Chattanooga, Tennessee.
I would say
Comedy
Chattanooga.
Catch. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think it matters.
Like Chattanooga.
Chat.
Or maybe no, I think Chad. I think you're all right.
Chat, dude. That's a good group for it to get on the chat.
I think Chattanooga's happy to be included in the conversation. Are you doing one-nighters at any of these places? Are you doing weekends?
It's a mix between St. Louis is a weekend. I think a couple of them are weekends, but it's mostly one-nighters. New York City is a one-nighter. Worcester, Mass, Morgantown. A lot of one-nighters. Just me. I'm gonna have some merch. I'll have the merch up soon. It's pretty fun merch, and we're just gonna have a good time. My hour's good, and then San Francisco, November, we're gonna try to record a special there in you with the band Lance Banks and some other people.
And maybe somebody from Portland drives down as soon as they can get the date. Maybe
you can't drive.
Chuck Klosterman.
Yeah, Chuck Klosterman's gonna come, and the lead singer for Modest Mouse is gonna, whatever his name is, Isaac Brock.
You should probably fly though.
I like the drive. Either way,
It sucks having a car in the city, but either way, come out my hour. Blazing right now, man. I just did Looney's Comedy Corner in Colorado Springs to warm
That's
up.
by the hip hop collective, the Loonies, right? That's
Yeah,
their
yeah,
comedy
yeah.
club.
I had 10 eyes, but they let me in either way.
Oh, fantastic.
David now takes sex to the face, just like the Loonies did.
Yeah.
David hits me with a picture the other night with a hockey jersey that said Sue on it, and he goes, "This y'all?"
Oh yeah, I was in a bar in Colorado Springs, and I was like, also went to the World Double Dutch Championship.
I saw that.
So
That
much
looks
fun.
sick, dude.
So much fun.
Better than the 50 Cent concert?
Way better. Way better.
Yeah.
Shout out
Man.
to Tim Korea. I kind of thought you were robbed. Shout out to USA, second and third is great. The Germans, the Belgians, Australia. Shout out to the guy from Australia who did 305 triple unders in a row.
Whoa.
Who won?
305.
Yeah, who won? What nation won?
It's different events.
Who won Double Dutch?
Well, there's like multiple, so there's three. There's three people. There's 5 people contact. There's like multiple. So we were only there for like 2 hours. It was going on for a week.
Jesus, that's
Yeah,
sick.
yeah. So I didn't even see
It
most.
was like the World Championships.
Yeah, it was countries all over the world, and it was
That's
really
sick.
fun. They all had their different like cheers. Like Germany was like Germany 1, 2, 3, and then the Australians were like Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. And then the U.S. was like rights for all. That was just did it crazy. That was something we were
It's a
into.
chant.
Yeah. Hope the dollar stays stable. That's what they were yelling. But yeah, no, I love international competition. The whole shit felt like being at the D2 Mighty Ducks.
How were the Dutch?
There were no Dutch. That I saw. I didn't see the Dutch. I didn't see the Dutch. And by the way, I didn't think that the Dutch invented it. I thought it was like French fries. And then I looked it up and they said it was invented by the Dutch, and I was like, wow.
Wow, and now they're out of the game.
I didn't see any. But
It's like what's happening to us in basketball, man.
That's not. That's not it.
All these other countries.
You know, the big two.
It's still 80% us.
I'm just saying, fast forward 50 years, what's going to be happening, man?
I mean, Wemby is a thing that we don't have. We don't have one of
going
those.
on? We don't have that, dude.
Yeah. France has it. Who would have
It's going to
thought?
be weird.
If you'd have come to me in 1998 and said, what country is going to develop the best basketball player? France would be the last country, I said.
Wouldn't even mention it.
No, wouldn't come on.
Wouldn't even mention it. France.
Freaks.
I'm going to dunk on Wemby, dude.
No,
It's happening this
Who?
year.
Which
no,
one?
you're not.
It's not, maybe not Victor.
Is there a little one?
Is there a Wemby that does open mics in Denver that's gonna eke into high planes that you're gonna dunk on? We've never met.
Yeah. I'm calling, I want to race Victor Wembanyama. How fast do you? He must be fast. He's just got those long
I feel like
legs.
that tops out someplace, though.
Yeah, if you got some good turnover, you could probably get his ass.
I bet he's fast at 10, 20 yards.
Looking up
Like,
at giraffe's top speed.
The further he goes, right?
I think it's like 40.
Okay, giraffes can run, 37 miles an hour. So.
How did you have that ready?
Man, you know, when you speed, bro, you know all speed. You know what I mean?
No, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
they
don't
call
think
me
anybody's
speed.
ever said anything I related to less.
Yeah, the bitch call me speed daddy.
You are fast as shit. It is, for anybody listening, Steve is like, I remember those Denver football comedy situations.
Ooh,
It
we
wasn't,
need that.
no, we don't. It wasn't. It sucked. It sucked. It was just Steve to the outside, like a gazelle.
I don't know if we
over
made this
and over
clear yet.
again.
So Steve is the one who we've talked about multiple times who was like mopping it up at the High Plains barbecue a couple years ago.
The foot races.
Yeah, Steven and Udoya, where you two were like the ones cleaning house. And we've talked about it probably 10 different times without you around.
Oh,
But
yeah.
yes, so this is the Steven that was killing everyone.
So if y'all want to come catch me out, I'm taking my Patreon. We actually foot race. Pay me $5 a month to get to foot race me.
Stephen AJ is here. Stephen AJ on Twitter, and that is Stephen with a, hold on, I want to get the exact spelling, with a PH, and then AJ is AGYEI.
That's the one.
Follow him on there. Is it the same on Instagram?
except with a 1 afterwards. Some bastard. Somebody got me, man.
They will never give it up either, is the crazy thing. And you're like, please.
I never even asked. Do people just ask?
I've asked a bunch. I've asked on Instagram. I used to ask on Twitter when it mattered. Now I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, I've asked on Instagram, and I never even get a response. Has never even been read, honestly.
Other messages.
How long ago? How many followers did you have when you asked?
Oh, it's been a minute. I don't know. Probably not I don't know. It's probably been like
it's
a
like
year.
If you have equal followers to the other one, he's gonna be like, what? No, I'm the real Sean Jordan. I'm the real Sean Jordan.
There's a Sean Jordan who's a Canadian rapper, and I think that's the one who's got it. And I think he's got more followers. I'm an American rapper, so we're different.
Steven, where can people see you do stand-up comedy? This is going to come out, I feel like... Isaac, when is this
going to come out? The second Thursday in August, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, second Thursday in August.
Wow, how about that? Shit, what do I have coming up? Oh, yeah. I know I'll be doing something in Santa Barbara on the 19th. Don't remember where, what, but, you know, hit the IG if you want. I'll actually... What else do I have on the books? Maybe I'll be in October. I'm going to be at Looney's coming up. I think October 20th and 21st or 21st. Whatever the Friday, Saturday shit was. I was unprepared for this part.
No, you're good, man.
But it's all right. I'll be out there in the streets, you know, find me on the gram and we can figure it all out. I'll post them as they come, you know what I mean?
There it is.
There you go. There you go. My name is Ian Carmel, at Ian Carmel on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Follow me on TikTok. I'm doing real silly stuff over there. You can see me August 15th with Sean Jordan, Kyle Kinane, Shane Brendan, and Imani at the Star Theater doing a charity gig for the grandkids. Musical theater program where we're trying to make sure they have a rehearsal space. All the proceeds go to charity, so it's a really good cause. Come out on a Tuesday night. We'll have that club going up on a Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna go up on a Tuesday. I already got the night off.
Yeah.
I already got the night off duty, man. I'm gonna be out there downtown.
We're gonna be having a good time.
I'm gonna
We're
get
gonna be having a
grimy.
good time downtown, dude. We're gonna go to the 2. We're gonna be dancing to Heartbeats by the Knife on
Whatever the fuck that means.
Yeah.
Sounds like, yeah, I'll turn up. I'll do that.
Then, after I survive that encounter, you can come see me, Sean Jordan, actually, at the House of Comedy in Vancouver, British Columbia, November 30th through December 2nd. And then I will be at the Vulcan Gas Company in Austin, Texas. And that's December 8th and 9th, I believe. Or it's the 9th and 10th. But I think it's the 8th and 9th. Gonna be out there celebrating Hanukkah, eating brisket, doing stand-up comedy.
Also,
It's
High
gonna be
Plains, keep your eyes peeled. 2 live AFBs and a stand-up show. It's gonna be
Yeah.
dang.
Why don't you plug that during your plugs, all right?
Shit, man. Let's race. Let's race about it.
Why don't you plug that during your? Why don't we fucking lift about it, bro?
Ooh, I think I want to see
If you raise me,
Let's
if
get
you
some
raise
deadlift
me,
bars out
if you
there.
raise me, I'll deadlift you. Whatever the fuck that means. I'll do it against you.
You'll do a deadlift event against me?
I will do any kind of weightlifting event you'd like to do against you. We can
Would you
see
like
how
to give
I feel.
yourself a chance?
I would love to. We'll have to figure out a formula.
I would leg
Steven
press
said-
you. I would challenge you on a leg press. Maybe if we could organize that.
I weighed 400 pounds for so long. That would be such a mistake.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I'm confident in involving any kind of weight pushing.
I couldn't put enough weight on the leg press machine. They ran out of room.
I bet you could do a bunch of push-ups, Sean.
I can't do push-ups. I could probably do 10 where I touch my chest and that's it. Ian can do more push-ups than me. He did it when he was 400 pounds. I watched him.
I've done 40 today.
Yeah, dude. 40 push-ups would take me an hour and a half if they had to count.
No way.
Oh, yeah.
Really?
Take good ones, yeah. Hour and a half probably.
If you just started like doing like 10, 11, 12, you know what I mean? Add a push-up each day, I feel like you'd be up there quick, man.
We did for the Grolix podcast. My challenge was 100 push-ups a day for a week, and I could barely move my arms after the first day. I did like 10 every hour. I was dying.
Man. But I bet you could run like a long way.
I ran a half marathon, and it was pretty easy when I did it. I trained and
Recently?
everything. No,
Wow.
10 years ago. But I think I could do it again. I want to do a full marathon, but it takes like all of my ability when I run. I can't skate or do anything else.
Yeah.
This is fun, right? Everybody laughing? Having a good time?
We're having a great time. Come see all of us do stand-up comedy out on the road. We're all very funny. I'm also very excited about my hour.
I feel like everyone's hitting it right now, man. I feel like there's a lot
really good.
Well, yeah, there's 2 strikes going on.
Yeah, nothing else to do.
If you're good at it, I feel like you're doing well right now.
I had a
That's what I'll say.
I picketed with Al Madrigal the other day and just like hung out with him for an hour. It was absolutely lovely.
San
What a good
Francisco's
time.
finest.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We're kind of here today not to talk about how lovely Al Madrigal is, although he's a lovely, lovely man,
He
but
is
also
lovely.
to fantasy draft sounds.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's some good ones. There's some good sounds out there. We're going to be fantasy drafting them. I had a lot of fun putting this list together.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it was
mine's
fun.
all over the place.
Yeah. The way we determine the order of this draft is through a rollicking game of rock, paper, scissors played between the 3 of you, and we throw on shoot. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot! Ooh, David wins. An unnatural victory in paper against 2 scissors. The odd man out. David has the
We've
winner.
been winning a lot.
He's the fucking winner.
Hell yeah, baby.
I feel
It's
it.
not on me, it's in me, you know what I'm talking about?
Whoa, hold on, pause. Please elaborate.
Winning. That's not a. I refuse to play pause, but it is.
I don't
As the winner of rock, paper, scissors, it is incumbent upon you to determine the order. I will remind you, it is a serpentine draft.
And word assert.
It's like Donkey Kong's barrels rolling down the screen.
There you
Good
go.
one. He drops the barrel, it goes down to the left, and then it goes down, then it goes down to the right, then it drops down the left, then it drops down to the right. Jafia. Get it.
Basically, if you pick 4th in the first round, you pick 1st in the second round. That's how it works. David, with that in mind, what will the order of today's draft be?
David, Sean, Stephen, Ian.
Stephen Ian sounds like a smart dude.
Yeah.
Stephen Ian, dude? He's like Steven Tyler's advanced Pokemon. He's got scarves tied to his bookcase, dude. Yeah, he's out here. Stephen Ian?
It's the final person who'll end the race war. It'll be the
Yeah.
final mix of all the races.
Of the big 2.
Of the big 2.
That's what Drake could have been. The big 2.
Oh, man.
There's so many more Asian people in the world. For real.
It really is. Significantly more.
Yeah, there's no. That's the. Yeah, there's one.
Yeah.
Most.
Shout to the other races.
Yeah, shout out to all the other races. Shout out to all the Inuits.
Yeah,
Shout out to everybody.
Shout out to
The
the big
whole,
one.
the whole PI community. I love what you guys are doing down there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah,
Special
Pacific
shout out
Island.
for Filipinos, man.
Yeah, oh, definitely big ups.
I saw a Filipino dude at the coffee shop today wearing 3 chains on a Monday morning. I was excited.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
They're having a good time.
I live in a very Filipino area and it's lovely.
Shout out to the
Yeah,
Filipino guy in Journey.
Yeah, shout out to the Filipino guy Journey, dude. Shout out to Jalen Green on the Houston Rockets, who I think is like half Filipino. Shout out to CJ Toledano.
Oh, the skater Margie Gyllenhaal, is that her last name? I don't know. She's a very good skateboarder.
Shout out to the Coffin twins I grew up with, Filipino family. We used to go to their Filipino picnics, and it was dank.
Yeah,
A lot of good
that,
food.
that girl on that website.
Milk Marcos?
Yeah, you don't want to get too graphic about it, but she was Filipino, really enjoyed our time together.
And finally, shout out to Ludana Phillips.
Yeah, LVP. I still love the Bamba.
Yeah.
Oh, Young Guns,
David
get
Boy,
off me.
You have the first pick in the Sounds All Fantasy Everything Fantasy Draft. Before we get to that pick, we're going to take another, actually our first, for God's sake, short break.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now listen, just in life, rarely does everything just work out the way you want it to. I know we talk about it all the time, but it's just true. You're faced with crossroads, you come to a crossroads rather. You're faced with a difficult decision, you don't know what to do. It could be a career change. It could be like your relationship needs some work. You could just be broke, like I was my whole life. I mean, it could be anything. Whatever world you're living in, something's going to stress you out. Whatever it is, problems are problems. And don't let anybody diminish yours or make them sound like they're less than for any reason. In therapy, it can help you map out your future. It can help you to learn to trust yourself and just find the way forward. I don't think I've talked to anybody who has gone to therapy and said that they were upset they didn't. I've talked to people who definitely had different reactions, but everybody says they benefited in some way or another, and that is the whole point. That's what it's designed to do. It can help you learn positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, which I don't even think that existed like 10 years ago, so most of us don't know how to do it. It just empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and it's not just for those who've experienced extreme major trauma, because again, it's all perspective. So whatever is your issue is your issue. It doesn't matter how severe it seems to somebody else. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's done entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, it's suited to your schedule. They just want you to go fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. They want it to benefit you as much as you want to benefit from it. That is extremely important to remember. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/allfantasy today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp.com/allfantasy. This episode of All Fantasy Everything is brought to you by Liquid IV. Now listen, being hydrated, it's important for everybody. A lot of people think that if you're not training for like a marathon or some sort of championship situation, that you don't need to be out there being hydrated. That's just false. It is not true, and we are here to spread that knowledge. It's just about daily maintenance. You know, you have to take care of yourself. It could just be for an old dude who wants to go to the skate park, and it happens to be a gentleman's 85 degrees out. I was pouring sweat all day. I need to hydrate, and Liquid IV will get you there in a hurry. Believe when I say it's proper functional hydration is essential. Liquid IV is the #1 powered hydration brand in America, hands down. Their hydration multiplier is the product that you're missing in your daily routine. If you haven't gotten down, get down. Seriously, with just one stick, you can hydrate real life 2 times faster than water alone, so it's going to help you out. You get the essential vitamins, you get 3 times the electrolytes as leading sports drinks, and also, like, they're not all that great for you. A lot of people think sports drinks are the way to go, but if you could just have this, mix it with water, you're golden. I mean, honestly, it's like the simplest thing. You just take your water bottle, sprinkle it in there. The packaging is so convenient. It fits into any bag. You can throw some in your glove box, in the middle of your car. I always bring them on the road. Every single time I try, I'm going to Sacramento tomorrow, I will be bringing them with me, a whole pack. And that leads me to the next thing I want to talk about are the flavors. I just did that snappy thing with my fingers if you couldn't hear it. They got sea berry. Come on, where are we going? Strawberry lemonade, my favorite Concord grape. Tropical punch. They got them all. Watermelon, strawberry. I mean, what are we doing? It's good for you. It tastes good. It's not just blowing smoke. It actually does. It's a great way to go. 1 stick, like I said, of Liquid IV in 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. It's got 5 essential vitamins, got your B3, your B5, your B6, your B12, and your C, made with quality ingredients. It checks all the boxes. And also, Liquid IV trying to push things forward. They partner with leading organizations to fund and foster innovative solutions that help communities protect both their water and their futures. So it's good all around. Real people, real flavor, real hydrating. Grab your Liquid IV in bulk nationwide at Costco, or you can get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use code ALLFANTASY at checkout. That's 20% off anything when you shop Better Hydration today using promo code ALLFANTASY at liquidiv.com.
And we're back.
Trying out new stuff, man. It's a summer session.
Yeah, it's a great
Hey, man, summer, that's what we're made for, baby.
You might not ever hear that again, but we heard it this time. And we're friggin' back. We've never been more back. David Bory, it's time for your first pick in the Sounds All Fantasy Everything Fantasy Draft.
I'm taking cracking open a cold one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's the best. It's just like, it was one of the first things that popped in my head when we decided this, and it's just like, it sounds like what refreshment feels like.
Yeah.
It sounds like relief, whatever that is. And it doesn't have to be, a cold one is whatever cold one you want, as long as it's cold. It doesn't have to be a beer. It can be a can of Liquid Death, which looks weirdly like malt liquor.
Why? I don't know why they did that, but it took me a long time to figure out that it was water. I remember we were at High Plains.
Like halfway through one.
Yeah. Best malt liquor I've ever had.
I've had 9 Liquid Deaths, and I don't feel a fucking thing right now.
Man, wouldn't it be great if taking a doogie, that was the sound?
Oh my God! Woo.
Man,
You just fucked me up with that.
yeah, replace the fart with the coke.
Like that's the sound it makes. It before it drops in.
Yeah.
Do you have
that's
something
pretty
installed
cool.
in your asshole where it did that?
I mean,
I would like to think so.
we're pretty early in the biohack phase, but I think there's probably somebody working on it. We are in the
Elon Musk
future.
can't put some money into that shit. He's going right to the brain implant. Start in asshole sound effects.
Start with the butt.
Guys,
You
start
could
with the butt.
You could load in a chip and it gave you all sorts of you could have a lot of different sound effects when you poop.
Man,
I just have a can opener.
That would be, oh man.
I don't want to say picks, but like a creaky door
Farts
opening, you know
would
what I
be
mean?
so
Like,
fun.
yeah, anything.
You can make your farts just be like George Bush talking, or whoever you want.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Just
you
like-
pick Siri, but you pick farty, and it's like, do you want
Yeah,
a British
see,
woman or an
it's like-
Australian man?
You're not gonna fool me again. And somebody's like, "Did you party in?"
No, there's an Australian guy in my butt.
You got the runs. You be like, oh, is that DMX?
that is how that sounds. No chip needed.
I got that natural.
My diarrhea, my asshole's like, what's the deal?
And it's also, it's called flesh in my flesh, blood in my blood. So, yeah.
Yeah, I got it.
Or it could also be called as dark and hell is hot.
Dark
There's
and
a lot
hell
of
is hot.
different-
That one feels way better. It feels way better for having the runs.
Hopefully it's not blown in my blood, ideally.
Yeah.
You might have,
Yeah.
you might
Then you
have
gotta
some
go to the
better
doctor of my doctor.
issues. Yeah. There's so much promise. It's like what is that word? Where that scientist rang a bell in his dog's mouth.
Pavlovian.
Pavlov.
Pavlovian. It's a Pavlov.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. It's a Pavlovian response.
It's just so it's so perfect. It's so satisfying.
Perfect.
When you can get your nail under and just do the whole thing in one crunch instead of like, sometimes you know how you gotta get your nail under and kind of pull the tab up a little bit and then reposition your finger to crack the whole thing. It's fun when you just grab it, get it open right away. That's the best.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder what happened when all the kids were those pull tab things. Did they not have that?
We were just talking about that. They didn't. But it was a lot easier to drink a beer when your in-laws were in the next room. I'll tell you that.
Oh, because there's no.
It was still carbonated, right? I'm sorry that's such a stupid question.
No, I think,
I don't know.
like,
I never
I think it's
dealt
always
with
been
those.
carbonated. No, it's not a dumb question. I think it's a great question.
Yeah.
Isaac, do you know?
No clue. Absolutely not.
Isaac didn't know Cool Runnings, dude. Isaac didn't know about
Isaac
Cool
didn't know
Runnings.
those.
He's never heard of it. Never heard of it.
Never heard
Hey
of
man,
Cool
I'm an
Runnings.
immigrant, okay? Okay, I'm gonna pull that card here.
So is Steven.
Yeah, who are you talking to?
Well, I was born here, but
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I was.
Yes, I'm from Beaverton, Oregon. But I did see fucking Hamilton, and he didn't mention not knowing about Cool Runnings in any of those songs.
God damn.
Not once.
Have you seen it yet, Isaac?
What? Cool Runnings or Hamilton?
Yeah.
I've seen Hamilton. I have not seen Cool Runnings.
No.
you went out of order, bro. You went out of order,
Yeah,
bro.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
hustling backwards. I will never have to do this.
Hamilton before Cool Runnings, you can understand Cool Runnings just straight up.
Yeah.
Hamilton, there's all that other shit in history. You got, you know what I mean?
I'll watch it this week.
Cool Runnings
Yes.
speaks for itself.
I
Yeah,
promise
that's
there's
a
no
lot.
school rap in Cool Runnings.
Right.
There's a little rhyme to it. It got a little feel the rhythm.
Feel the rap.
Oh yeah, they get.
Come on out.
It's
Bob.
Hamilton time, and then you can just do them both.
I don't like Hamilton.
When you're watching Cool Runnings, it never feels like a teacher who started dating a student pretty soon after she graduated. Whereas Hamilton has that feeling all the way through.
But yeah, cracking a cold one. That's my
Beautiful pick. Beautiful. It's about on a summer day. Come on. Sean Jordan, time for your first pick.
The crackling of a fire.
Oh, that's a good one.
Really enjoy the nice crackle of a fire, especially like there's the fireplace fire, but I'm talking like a campfire when you're all sitting around. Maybe you've just done 15 or 16 of David's first sounds, and then you're just watching the fire, hearing it crack, and it's the best because it's usually pretty quiet, and that's what you hear. It's
When you
great.
say fire, you specifically mean the children's hospital that you locked all the doors on, right? That's specific fire is what you want to hear.
I'm talking about me getting ready to lay down a track, baby. I'm freestyling the crackling.
There we go.
Fire man.
That crackle coming out of my voice. Holy buckets, that
Quick
guy.
draw McGraw, you went to art school. That's what you're talking about.
Man, the crack of a fire. It's just you're having a good time. I've never been bummed out around a fire. It's not like
I've been on
it's
that.
not bad stuff. It's good. It's good stuff. Good little
This
campfire
isn't-
crackle.
This is an interesting pick because it's a variable pick. Like the sound of there's slight variations on like a can opening, of course, but like the crackle of a fire, it's all over the place. There's a lot of different sounds in there, and you can't summon it immediately. You gotta let it come to you.
I get it though, man. I like it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll put that crackle fire thing to go to sleep on YouTube. With white noise.
I mean, that occupies the TV all the time around the holidays. Like now that's a thing, you just put the fireplace on your TV. It's the best. It doesn't bother me having the TV on constantly around Maxine when it's just the crackle of a fire. You know?
Do you guys have a fireplace?
We do have a fireplace.
Fire pit in the backyard.
I don't know. I appreciate the confidence, man. I don't know how to start a fire or how to maintain a fire in a fireplace.
What are you talking
Whoa,
about?
it's not rocket science, really?
No,
It's a
buddy,
little more complicated than people. You don't just start a fire. You have to make sure your
One of
chimney's
the more basic human skills.
You have
gotta
to
make sure your chimney's all clean.
You gotta make sure it's clean too.
You gotta clean it, you gotta make sure it's open.
See,
You
all
stack
that's hard.
the wood,
I'm not
that's
trying to do all
difficult.
that. What if I gotta go up on the roof for some reason? I'm trying to do that.
What's your YouTube video? You're burning.
Hey, call a guy.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you're overestimating.
Uber
Get
chimney.
Dick Van Dyke out there, dude. He'll sing a song and clean it at the same time. You've
If the
never
heat
seen Mary
goes out,
Poppins?
we'll start a fire. Other than that, I think we're gonna leave the heater and the TV. We'll let.
You never start to fire for ambiance. You can do it.
I don't think I've ever started a fire in a fireplace my whole life. I've probably only started maybe 2 or 3 legit supposed to be there campfires.
How many illegit fires have you started?
I might have started a couple that,
that's the
like with a
stat
firework
alone.
or 2 that weren't supposed to be there, but yeah, I think.
But it's
I'm not
really
the-
nice. I think you would like it, man.
Yeah,
I'm
you
not the
would love
twisted
it.
fire starter everybody thinks I am. You know what I
Enjoy
mean?
yourself, man.
No, clearly. You have a fireplace,
Yeah.
man. Get in there. On a cool date. I think you'd really like it, Sean.
I think I would too.
Love
I'll
it.
pitch it. You've inspired
Have
me.
Laura clean out the chimney.
Call
And
some
then-
British guys, have them sweep your shit.
Chimmery that shit, and then you're good, dude.
I believe it's pronounced chimichurri. Ian.
Chimichurri sauce. Chimichurri sauce your chimney, dude. Chimichurri your chimney.
Slather up the walls of your chimney with chimichurri sauce.
Yeah.
And then make yourself some chimichurri sauce. It's not hard to do. You have a food processor?
That's what he calls his butthole. He thought you were
Yeah,
talking about his butthole.
honestly, for a second, I thought you said food processor. Yeah, I got a food processor.
Food processor's the chip you're gonna have installed in your butthole.
I don't know if we have a food processor. We might.
Or, I bet you do. And learn, like, Google how to make chimichurri. And next time you cook a steak up, make yourself some chimichurri and really elevate the game, dude.
Next time I cook a steak up, what do you guys think I'm
You don't
doing
cook
over
steaks? Oh man, you're blowing.
You
it.
got-
No
okay,
fires,
okay,
no
okay.
steaks.
No fires, no stakes.
I feel like that's all white people did. Fires, steaks. I was like, God damn. Y'all
It
really
is two
doing
here.
it.
It is 2 of the big groups.
Good time. Dude, I want fires and steaks all the time too.
Dude, I've never been a grillman. In theory, I want to be a grill guy, but I'm not. I don't even have a grill. That's the next step for the deck is getting a grill.
All
But
you need to make a steak is a pan and an oven.
Yeah, it's better. Yeah, get a cast iron.
I'm gonna come over and make you a steak wearing a tank top at your house next time I'm there. I'm gonna go to your kitchen and make a steak.
that shit don't threaten me. That'd be great. Then I'd sit
That
on
would be
my
great.
couch and watch the fireplace on my TV and be dead.
Steven, it's time for your first pick.
Man, my first pick was hard, but you know,
Is it gonna be sexy?
nah, I pulled back. I remixed it, you know, but it kind of sexy. It is kind of sexy, but in a different way. You know that clap in that whole song?
Oh,
You know what I mean? The song that do you know the famous whole song?
What hole? Are you
Like
saying
when you're- like when you're on
like
hold
when you're on
with
the
the
hold,
company?
and then
Oh, I thought you said whole song.
I did
oh
too.
no, yeah, that would have been different. But on hold, and it starts in that clap.
I do know what you're
Bro.
talking about. Yeah, that's a
Bro.
good sound.
That
Damn,
sound,
that's
that
a
should
deep
make
cut.
you, bro.
That's a deep cut. You could have gotten that later.
Man, yeah, but I had to start there because there's some shit I got to, I got.
What? I'm missing it. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
know, there you go.
Hold on, let me find it. Let me see.
I could probably, yeah, you
Like
probably.
when you're on hold and
Yeah.
like there's that song they play and it's got like that, right? Like
Yeah, it goes.
feels kind of distant.
Am I on hold with
Yeah.
a specific company?
Yeah,
It's just like a general hold.
Well, you'd be on hold with like a chimney sweeping company in this scenario.
It's called Opus Number 1.
Oh, yes, I already got it pulled up. I'm going to
You
send
got
it to
it?
you, Sean.
Okay.
I'm going to put it in the group chat.
Isaac, if you can, drop a little bit of this Opus Number 1
Drop that shit.
in here.
It's pretty good.
Oh, it's like,
It is a good clap. That's
you
a
can
good
wake
clap.
up to
Damn.
that fucking. Ooh, man, it's like, nigga, I'm here.
I hope the guy who composed this somehow this podcast lands on his desk, because you know that dude is put this shit out and he's like, nobody knows I did it.
Yeah, yeah. He probably was
Nobody
like,
knows it was me.
yeah, he probably layered that whole song. He's like, man, it needs something.
He's got a coffee shop getting me.
Threw that clap in.
He's like, that's it. I like to think like his son was like playing on the floor and looked up and saw his father and clapped at him. He's
Yeah.
like, wait,
You did it.
do it again. Do it again.
You put yourself through college.
This guy's at a restaurant now getting shit service, and he's just like, if they only fucking knew.
If they knew.
If they only knew they just brought cold soup out too. They would.
That's my shit on the fucking overspeak.
I'm the fucking John Williams of hold music, and you're fucking bringing me 3 rolls? Bring me 5 rolls.
Man, I love that song, man. That shit feels like, but that clap though, the way it starts, you just, ooh, it says something. I feel invincible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just and cool at the same time. Like,
It's 2 guys.
is it
It's
two
2
guys?
dudes. Tim Carlton and high school friend Derek Deal.
Ooh, Derek Deal, dude. Derek Deal was made for a career in
Tim
music.
Carlton, he's a firsty.
Yeah, Carlton, or is Carlton a lasty firsty? You know what I'm saying?
Carlton seems like it doesn't seem like I feel like we know it because of Carlton Banks, but I think
Yeah, you're right.
It sounds like as much of a
Yeah.
last name as a first name.
So he could be a firsty lasty.
Maybe
He might be your standard firsty lasty. Unlike you, who is definitely a firsty firsty.
I'm a unisex firsty through and through.
I knew some male
Oh, yeah.
Jordans.
Yeah.
Is there a woman, Sean? There's a woman, Sean?
Sean Young, Ace Ventura, Dr. Einhorn, Lieutenant Einhorn, right? She's Sean Young. She's a girl. What's up? I had that locked. I was waiting for someone to bring that up.
Okay.
I woke
You've
up.
been
I was
laying
like, I
traps for
hope
300
somebody
episodes.
asked. I hope somebody asked me about a female Sean today.
First.
Shonda Rhimes.
Ah.
Time for the whole song clap sound. Time for my first pick. Sitting there, I gotta take the sound of a basketball going through a hoop and nothing
Swish.
but that. I'm taking the swish.
Yeah, that was on my list. That was on my list too.
Good on a good like either nylon or rope.
It's
or a
good on
chain.
chain.
Chain, dude.
Even a
Chain's
chain.
good.
Get out of
Yeah.
town.
Yeah, but just that
Chain's way more.
when you're like watching
Yeah.
like NBA players warm up and you just hear that like,
Yeah.
but it's even more satisfying if you're the person responsible.
I've been taking it to the courts lately, and I've been really trying to do this 10 free throws in an hour thing, and I haven't really got a good chunk of time to try it. I will say it's harder than I anticipated it being.
Like make 10 in an hour?
I think I could get 10 free throws in a row in an hour if I had a nice controlled hour. But Ian and David seem to think I'm out of my mind by saying that, because I'm not, like, I don't play basketball. It's harder than I thought.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I mean, I can make a free throw, but I got up to 6 the other day and I missed one. Probably took 10 minutes. I got up to 6, I missed one, and I lost my mind. I was so mad.
You can't do it.
Man, I think I can. I got 6 in 10 minutes the other day, and that was just messing around with my daughter at an outdoor court with no one
You
to rebound for
can,
me.
in the way you could swim from Alcatraz to San Francisco if like a bunch of sea otters decided to help you. Like if somehow forces conspired to help you make these 10 hoops. I love you. I just think you, I mean, you know what I mean? Like you force us into these positions where you set out unattainable, so sort of unrealistic goals for
You
yourself.
gotta get
And
that
then-
hot hand, baby.
And then like as as your friends, we want to support you, but it's like, I can definitely make 10 free throws. I could swim from Alcatraz to San Francisco.
I could.
I'm at the top 1% of unpaid
seems
drivers.
crazy.
I am.
You know what I mean? Like, you force us into unreasonable positions as a prerequisite of being your friends.
When you say them
because
all
we're
right
not-
in a row like that, I sound like such a prick.
Because
And-
we're not good friends, we're very good friends. We tell you, perhaps you can't do these things. Whereas only a good friend would say, absolutely you could.
You
Move
thought
on.
you could swim to San
He
Fran from
thinks.
Alcatraz?
I still think I could do that.
Past tense on.
How
Yeah, I
far
think I
is
could
how
do it.
far is the swim?
Far enough for he can't do it.
I'll let you know. I'm not gonna breaststroke the whole time. I'm saying a lot of doggy paddling, a lot of floating, but I think
You're
I
a
can do it.
doggy paddle?
The fact that you're not going to breaststroke the whole time is why you can't do it.
I think I can.
That seems
I'll
like the
tell-
least efficient way to get that
I mean, you gotta tread water to get.
You gonna die, man. Damn. You gonna die. That's gonna be embarrassing. Nigga tried to doggy paddle from Alcatraz. Who? Yeah, firsty tried to doggy paddle from Alcatraz.
Some firsty from South Dakota tried to doggy paddle from Alcatraz today.
And this was his lasty. This was his lasty day on Earth.
Traveling his friends to San Francisco Bay.
A white man has washed up on the sea.
One of the 10 most notable figures from South Dakota, according to one website.
7, dude. 7.
Seven? My bad, dude.
Seven
That's
famous
my bad.
people you might run into in South Dakota. I think 4 of them don't live there. One of them, I don't even know has ever been there in that article. I think they just said you might see them at the Badlands or something.
One of them oil.
Fucking Kevin Costner, January Jones, me. I don't know. Anyway.
I'm staying for my second pick, so swish for my first one. It sounds fantastic. Especially if it's, well, if it was Damian Lillard.
Man, what a shame. Man, it's a tough time to go through, man.
Well, who knows? This comes out in a couple weeks. Who knows what will happen by then?
Yeah.
Maybe he's back all in. Maybe he's back all in. We don't know. We don't know.
I want the best for that.
Me too. Me too. Whatever makes him happy. He's done enough. But I'm taking the sound specifically of a Nerf ball in one of those Nerf pump guns when it comes out and it goes thunk.
Oh, that's a good sound. That's a good. That out of the bazooka or something?
Yeah, out of the bazooka.
Yeah.
It's a thick sound. It's thick. That's the only way I can really
Is it?
describe it.
Thick
It's a
sound.
thick sound.
Yeah, I like that. I like that.
You feel it. It feels satisfying. It's one of those sounds where something's about to happen, which means somebody's about to probably get hit with an Nerf ball, which is fun. You can get a bunch of them in succession, which is also like it's every way it can be delivered. The Nerf ball sound is arguably the chicken of sounds. You know what I mean? There's so many great ways to prepare it.
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Any which way. Any which way you
Flip
want.
it and ride that beat elbow TY, oh my. You know?
That's what. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
Tag team.
I'm all on board for those.
Yeah, it is satisfying. Maybe I don't know what it
Maybe
sounds
we
like.
should have it. We couldn't have a Nerf fight at High Plains because it would turn into a real one, I bet.
Somebody will get their feelings hurt.
If
for
somebody
sure.
got too hard, but
Definitely a water fight.
Yo, with those new water guns too, you seen those?
Has
Yeah.
Instagram been
Shoot
trying to
like
sell
those-
you those too? Instagram is
Yeah.
trying to tell me to buy these new water guns, these newfangled water guns.
What are they doing in the water gun space now?
They shoot like little lasers. It's like it comes out
like a
not-
bullet almost. Like it's not a stream.
Like a water slug or something.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Yeah, there you go. Like a water slope.
This wasn't made for these times.
We live in the future.
Do you think people still lie about their mom saying they couldn't get wet? You remember that shit?
Man, I went to a kid's birthday party the other day and I saw some parents telling their kids not to get wet. And I'm like, it's water, bro. It was 85 degrees out. There was a tiny little kiddie pool. Some of the kids were getting in the pool and their parents would be like, no. It's like, why?
I mean, getting in the
What
pool,
can't get wet?
that's also unreasonable. That's also stupid. But, like, if you're in the cul-de-sac or on the street outside of your house and your mom said you can't get wet, shut up. No, she
Dude, it's
didn't.
crazy.
Yeah.
It's July.
It's
Yeah.
July. You'll be dry again before you go back in.
Yeah, sit your
Absolutely.
bitch ass in this pool.
Yeah, get in there. You can't get your Oshkosh bagash wet because it's gonna fucking rust. What are you talking about?
We gotta go see my grandma. Don't wet up my Oshkosh. I gotta go see my grandma.
I gotta go see my grandma.
If somebody said they couldn't get
These are
wet,
Bugle Boys.
everybody, it like united everybody else against that person. I mean, we would just
That
be like,
guy's
well, you're gonna be
wet.
soaked, of course.
Yeah.
It's water. Again, I'm just like, I don't even feel bad.
Yeah. Nerf gun sound. Steven, have your second pick.
Man, number 2, I like the screen. All right, it's Panic, White Panic. You know? That shit,
You have
like,
to put on.
That's what you put on instead of
Did you make
white
a little
noise
one?
when you go to sleep. You put on
White
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 panic.
Panic. I hear, like, you remember, like, when they rushed to storm the Capitol and that gun went off and they shot the lady and then everybody, oh,
This is not what I thought this was gonna be.
man, I love that sound. I just, any
You know, the
type of,
swish of a basketball.
anytime white people run around screaming scared,
It's good. It is. There's a catharsis to it.
yeah, it's like, niggas walk around cool, but you just see, oh, man.
White panic. I'm trying to think if I've ever been. I don't think I've ever been in like a white panic situation where I've
Go to
been
the
screaming
store,
for.
no avocados.
I'm sorry.
Avocados are the worst, man. You,
What?
I'll go on
Wait,
record.
wait. What are you saying?
Avocados
Like
are
you-
the worst.
You go to the store, and you
Wait,
see
wait, 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 wait.
white women at the store, no avocados, and they, you know, panicking.
Or you just walk by them on the street and they didn't see you.
Oh yeah.
That shit happens regularly.
Oh,
Or just like you come into an elevator and you see him look at you.
yeah.
When was the last time you had avocado?
Max has it all the time. I mean, I'll try it every now and again. Like sometimes now she'll want me to take a bite of whatever she's eating, so I'll try. I'll choke it down. I hate it.
The salt on it?
I hate
No?
it.
Do you don't? So you don't eat guacamole either?
God no. We talked about this a
I
couple
guess
weeks
we
ago in
must. I
Denver.
guess we must have.
No, I
So
can't.
it's good. Cut an avocado in half, crack an egg in there, and then put a little salt and pepper and bake that shit for like in the oven for like 10. Get that over easy, over medium. Just eat that.
You know the best way to do it is take an avocado, cut it in half, throw it straight into the garbage, and then go have some pizza or something. Avocado's the worst, man. Or
Man.
hide it in a water balloon and tell some dork it's water, and then throw it at him as hard as you can. Like a rock and a snowball.
So many of your food takes just make me so angry.
Yeah, they've never been extremely popular except for like the cool kids I grew up with, where they're all like, yeah, avocados suck. The
You
five
could
of us.
hang with like a bunch of elementary school kids right now. You know what I mean? Like you could hang out with a bunch of 8-year-olds.
I like guacamole in elementary school.
I don't even think I knew what it was till I was 20.
Avocados I didn't like when I was a little kid, and then I was like, that's my opinion. And I didn't have it for a long time, and then I was like, let me give it a try, and I was like, oh, this is wonderful. What was I thinking?
Wet
I was like
cardboard,
that with
man.
eggs for a long time. I really ate eggs when
Eggs?
I was a kid.
Eggs
Yeah.
stink. I mean, I get why
Something
eggs
about the
freak,
something
you know?
about the texture used to kill me. Like I'd gag if I,
Damn.
And then yes, at some point I just was like, had them, and I was like, oh shit.
Eggs
There's
rule.
this
Sean's
stick
gonna
in
white
there.
panic. Sean's gonna white panic if we don't get to his next pick, so Sean's gonna be his second pick.
And I've probably done this 2 or 3 times, but I've heard it so much, and I'm jealous when I hear it. I love it. It's one of the best sounds. Is the perfect whack of a nicely driven golf ball. It is.
Oh yeah, that's cool.
Man. Yeah.
I've
That's
only
a good one.
I've only got 3 or 4 ever that would actually qualify, and the golf ball didn't go anywhere I wanted it to go, but I hit it square. But like going with like Sharpie or Ian or Shane Brendan, it's like people that know what they're doing. It is such a cool sound.
Yeah.
It's like vaguely metallic kind of too.
Yeah, dude, it sounds hollow and
Yeah.
official and sturdy. It's just all these weird things mixed
They
into
named
one.
a golf club company after it, I think. I imagine Ping is named after,
Probably, yeah.
I think, right? Then the sound it makes when you hit a golf ball well.
Yeah, but I feel like Ping doesn't represent it the way
It doesn't feel
No,
like
it doesn't quite.
Feels like it would start with a T.
It's real close to like a thwack or something. I don't really
Twank?
twank. Yeah.
I can't spell it. I
Don't
can't
Google
spell
it,
it,
guys.
guys.
Don't.
Yeah, it is. It's like trying to spell the words like Nell would say. You just can't. I don't know. It's just a sound, and it sounds
You also
so.
get, if you're close enough, you also get the swish of the club.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
Yeah.
That swoop,
Cut through the wind.
Yeah.
and just like chopping the top of that grass, just barely, like, oof.
Just-
Ooh, shit, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's
Go to
why I'd
golf
like to
balls
be able to
today.
hit a ball like a long ways. Like sure, it'd be satisfying to see it go a long way where I wanted it to, but I really just want to be able to make that sound more than anything. It's such a dope sound.
Take a golf lesson.
I think we kind of wait. My feet is not whatever. I'm so sore when I skate anymore. I can feel it going away. I can feel it kind of slipping out of my fingers this summer. So I
Your
think
feet?
golf. I can just feel my abilities dwindling more than they were. So I'm like, I think golf's on its way in, and I'm fine.
This might be your last summer to race.
This stripe has been making me feel old.
This could be your last race horse.
As long as my feet work, we'll be having race boards. So
Man, if I had $1 for every guy would say that.
Well, once he transitions to golf, famously, there's no racial politics on a golf course.
That's
so he'll
true.
be all
It'll
right.
be smooth sailing from
Smooth
there.
sailing.
yeah, go sit in the clubhouse at any golf course. You'll real tolerant.
Golf
Anyway,
course
yeah.
is the one place Jews aren't white yet.
It's really your final proving ground.
Well, the Irish have no problem. So anyway, the nice whack of a properly driven golf ball.
Excellent. David, time for your second and third picks.
All right, second pick is kind of weird. So it's like, and I don't even do this particularly a lot, but I do like the sound of like, have you ever been at the barber and they shave you with the straight razor?
Oh, yeah.
And that's sort of like,
Yeah.
That like
You know what I
razor
mean?
on your skin, but not cutting your skin.
Cutting the hair, that
Uh-huh.
sound.
That's
It is really
interesting.
good.
It's just something about it feels so good. It's a sound you don't hear a lot of other places. You know what I mean? But it's like very specific, and it's not. And I've heard it. It feels great when it's on your face. I've heard it when I'm like next to somebody getting cut. Ooh, they're doing it, and I still think it sounds nice. It's just like there's something about it. It's just like a nice grounding sound.
How would you even describe that sound? It's
I
like
I was
It
thinking
kinda-
about that. I don't know what
It's
crunchy,
kinda makes-
almost like a
I guess
very
it sort of like a
crunch.
scraping.
Scrape. Yeah.
See,
It
when I
sounds so
hear it
nice,
happen
though.
to someone else, it kind of makes my butt hurt a little bit. There's like some sounds make
And
like
what kind of sound would that make? It would make your butt.
like it did. Like it deep in, like up farther in my like in my stomach almost. There's this weird sensation I get sometimes when I get grossed out, and it's
Oh, it's
like
gross to you.
not gross. It just makes
But
me
like,
feel
but like
weird. But I
visceral
like
in a
the
weird way.
yeah, I kind of like the sound. It's one of the few ones where it's like, man, this feels cool.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it's another one of those official ones.
Yeah. It always sounds. I don't know. It's like it feels
You
good.
ever contemplated becoming a straight razor a home guy?
Oh, I don't cut any of my own hair.
Yeah, it's great. I think that's like a good rule to live by.
Well, it's because when I was a kid, I started trying to shave, and I get razor burn too bad.
What do you do on your neck? You got a little
I do
shave
my
for your
face,
neck?
but
No, I go to the barber.
Every time you trim your neck hair, you go to the barber?
I go to the barber every other week.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I gotta shave my neck hair like every 3 days, otherwise it gets like it
Yes.
grows into my chest.
I got
no,
clippers now, so
No, I go to the same barber. I go to the barber every other week. Shout out to my old barber I got from Steve, who went to Africa and now texts. He went to Africa for like 4 months. I was like, bro, I can't wait for you. And then now he texts me sometimes and he's like, it's DJ, I am back. And I'm like, man, you know this is dead. Don't be like this. I got a new thing across town. She lives closer to my house.
Yeah.
I can't have my new barber seeing your name pop up on my phone.
Yeah.
I don't want to have that
This
conversation.
is
Yeah.
text me on Saturdays.
He could fade like a heat man. Great guy. All right. Anyways, yeah. So that's shaving the
Yes.
face, and then the next one I have. This is another weird body one. The sound like it's usually if you're hungry or something, but like the sound when your stomach audibly gargles.
Oh, you're stomach growling.
You know what I mean? Where it's like, it's just nothing else sounds like that ever anywhere. It's so weird. It's such a weird sound, especially when you can hear it audibly. Yeah, you're like, what the fuck is going on in there?
Sometimes
it's
you
like,
get that
I
one
like
that sounds
it.
like an old door opening. Like you're just like,
Shit that happens in your body that you're not doing, it's your body's just doing it for you, that's wild. Where your body's like, we're doing this, you have no control over it. This is what the world's gonna hear, it's your stomach going like,
Yeah, exactly.
sometimes you get that big, that like kind of that big flop one too. That
what is
Like it
that?
sounds like you're like falling down. Like,
I think it's air moving.
I have no idea.
Like where there should
Wow.
be food and that's why it thinks you're hungry or something? Or like why does that mean you're hungry when your stomach's growling? Why does that notoriously mean that?
Because it doesn't always happen when I'm home. I
No,
feel
me
like-
neither.
I
No,
don't
my
think
shit
so.
be happening all the I could have just eaten 30 wings and it'll happen. I mean
It's a different reason. That's because you woke DMX up.
Yeah, it's dark and hell's about to get hot.
hell's never cold. It's always hot.
It's slipping. It's falling.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it is and when it comes, but yeah, it's just like it's because it's kind of a nice sound. I don't know. I do kind of like it. You don't hear it a lot, so it's fun to hear.
It is nice. It's a little reminder. You're like, I'm a creature.
Yeah, I'm a weird animal
Yeah,
out
that's-
here.
Yeah.
Just walking around this thing.
Sometimes I hear my cat's little belly do it, which is fun.
Oh yeah, I've heard it with animals too, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I just like it. It's grounded.
I'm nowhere on my list, but excellent pick. Excellent pick. It is a nice little sound. Sean Jordan, time for your third pick.
So this is it's an odd one because I hate bugs. I hate them with everything I got. But
It is one of the things you eat, though. You do eat bugs.
I've eaten a bug or two. I ate a moth one time. I beer bonged a silverfish. We don't need to go into that too much. It still makes Adam want to barf when I bring it up. But
Maybe
anyway.
we want to barf right now.
So the sounds of cicadas, that like neener.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I don't
You
know.
like that sound?
I love it because to me that is summer, and I didn't know what that sound was legit until I was probably 25. I didn't know that it was bugs. I don't know what I thought it was, but my whole life growing up, and when summer would hit, you'd just go outside, it'd be muggy, and you'd get that like neener, and to me, I felt great because I knew that was like summer. I could skate, I could be outside, I could be out. I didn't have to, you're just outside with your friends. Then I found out it was cicadas. I got real bummed out about that, but I still like the sound.
That's another thick sound.
Yeah, that is heavy. Yeah, for sure.
Well, it's such an in unison. There's like hundreds of them doing it all the time. Like the whole outside is doing it, and it's kind of in unison. It's a real interesting sound. But yeah, cicadas making their neener thing.
Meaner.
I don't like the way Neener sounds.
Yeah. It's more of a buzz.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, how would you do it? It's like like that or something. I just know it goes like up and down and up and down.
Neener sounds like a sundown town alarm. You know what I mean?
Go! Leave the town, all you leaders.
It's like the stoplight, or light. What do you call it? Street light.
Yeah. Dude, you want to talk about an interesting sound that I've never heard is the streetlights when they change. In Menace, there's that shot where it goes from green to yellow to red, and it's like a real, like...
Oh, it goes...
Yeah, that good job. I've never heard that.
Those are the old
Yeah.
ones, right?
Yeah,
Or
I
is that
just
just
know.
a film technique?
It might be, but that's like an icy scene in Menace because you're like, something bad's going to happen. That's right before Kane and Harold get jacked. Anyway, yeah, cicadas in the trees, man. Summertime cicadas in the trees.
Steven, before we go to your third pick, we're going to take another very short break.
This episode of All Fantasy Everything is brought to you by Bespoke Post. Now, of all the packages that get dropped off at my door, which, hey, your boy's out here getting packages. I get skateboards. Sometimes I get a new shirt here and there. Hands down, the best box that I open every month is my Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. My Box of Awesome, it's filled with just carefully chosen gear from the best small brands around the world. You like to support, Box of Awesome helps you support. This month, my Box of Awesome, it's the Hawker box. So in the box, I got something I didn't even know existed, but it's like a little telescope-looking situation to help you gauge pupil size to see if something is actually wrong with your pupils, which can come in pretty clutch because that indicates stroke and things like that. I also got some tweezers for slivers, nose hairs, but probably slivers. I got a whistle just to let people know where you're at, and I got a crazy dope flip out knife. Now, I'm not the biggest use a knife guy, but it is fun to have. I'm just looking at it. If I'm ever out in nature, if I need to whittle because I'm bored or I want to bond with a loved one, I got a knife. If I get in a jam, I need to cut something off of me, something that, you know, tied too tight, or if I need to cut my way out of like some shrubbery, something like that, I got a knife. More importantly, it's there for whittling the bond with loved ones. I digress. They send you rad stuff every single month. No matter what you got going on this summer, Box of Awesome, they got you covered. From camping gear essentials, cookout must-haves, drink game upgrades, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. To get started, you just go take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. The answers are going to help them pick the right box for you. They release new boxes every single month, so always options. Each box is valued around $70. You're only going to pay a fraction of that, so you get a deal. Plus, with every Box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses because 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small up-and-coming brand. It is free to sign up. You can skip a month. You can cancel at any time. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code ALLFANTASY at checkout. Again, that's boxofawesome.com. Code ALLFANTASY for 20% off your first box. Boxofawesome.com. Code ALLFANTASY.
Hey, we're back. Welcome back to All Fantasy. Already in progress. The last two scenes we took were stomachs gurgling and cicadas on the bridge. Bugs and tummies.
Bunch of weird dudes talking.
This is All Fantasy everything.
Two different collections of short stories there.
We are your premier Bugs and Tummies podcast.
Oh, that made my butt hurt too.
What happened to you?
Yeah. It happens a lot if I see like a deep cut or something, or like, yeah, I don't know, just a little, my mom says it happens to her too. She'll, like, it makes something real deep in her butt hurt.
Do you ever get it when you like kind of go down a hill that's steeper than you thought or something like that?
That's when my nuts feel like they're floating, and that like deep in your stomach where your nuts feel like they're floating.
Is this a different feeling than the nut plug feeling?
Different, yeah, different.
Oh, I guess I was thinking it was the nut flow.
The nuts in your stomach is more of a feeling. This is like, I mean, I know I keep
Nuts
saying
and
it
tummy
sounds
is
weird.
different than
This is like deep farther up. Like if you could go an inch past where my butt stops, like up, it's in there somewhere.
That's where your butt stops.
It also sounds like, do you ever, this is a weird reference, like, have you ever seen somebody with a kid where they communicate with the kid and they have their own communication?
Yeah.
So it's like a kid's crying and they're like, okay, are your nuts floating? Are your nuts floating or does your butt? You know what I mean? And you're like, and you don't know, so you're like, what the fuck are you, but they have their own, right? Like,
That's funny.
like I can imagine your mom saying that to you as a kid, like, you're upset, and she's like, Sean, are your nuts floating or does your butt hurt?
Yeah, only she understands.
Are your nuts in your tummy or does your butt hurt?
Are you hurt or are you injured, Jordan?
It's actually because Dad left, so
There it is.
I mean, that's a nut float, yeah.
Yeah, that's enough fun.
no.
Or a gut punch, whatever you want to
Yeah.
do. Anyways, yeah, that's a...
Yeah.
Steven, tell me your third pick.
Man, I was real torn on this one, man. I was real torn. It was just between a sexy thing and something a little nasty. So we'll go.
Those sound like sexy things to me.
Technically, guts have already been taken, so tread
Yeah.
carefully.
We took butts too. We're taking all kinds of stuff.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna just do this.
I know it.
You already picked White Panic.
I did. I'm a very horny man.
It's true.
And you know when you see someone sexy, right? And they chew and they pop their gum.
Oh.
Yeah.
Whoa.
The girl I had a
That
crush on
does
in high
it for
school.
you, huh?
She would do that in geography, and it would. I know what you mean. I know exactly.
You
what
get the right person popping their gum, man.
Uh-huh.
I know what you mean. It is... I guess I never thought of it as sexy, but I do know what you mean. It's nice. It is nice.
Yeah, not
And it's like
obnoxious.
powerful. It's like assertive.
It is.
It's hella assertive, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I tried to learn how to do it because of this. This girl.
Especially sometimes it's at you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like a directed at you gum snap.
Yeah, damn. That's a really good one. I like that one. Man.
That's that. When you go get some pussy tonight, snap. Is that you?
When you can hit, it'll pop like 6 times. Like.
I wish you guys could see Steve Page chewing gum. It's like I didn't know there was a way to chew gum horny.
You winked at me. Steven just winked.
Yeah, baby.
Isaac, pull this and put it on the Patreon so the family can see exactly how sexy a gum snap can get.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
That's
great.
a good one though. That's a good thing.
Yeah, sneaky. I would never have thought of that, but I completely agree with you. That is a good sound. Man, like takes me right back to geography thinking about this girl doing it too. Yeah.
Did you ever get anything from her?
Huh?
You ever get anything from her?
Nope. Sent her a dozen roses the day I graduated. She never even called. And then.
Damn.
She never even called. And I saw her. She's now married to.
Wait, wasn't she somebody else's girlfriend?
No.
Oh, is this a different story? Did somebody send your girlfriend
Somebody
roses?
sent my girlfriend a dozen roses, and I'm pretty sure she called and then boned him. So that's a whole different story. And also, he's a great friend of mine to this day. I took him to see his mom in prison one time. So a tangled web.
Wow.
But yeah, I sent this girl a dozen roses when we graduated. She never called, and then I saw her maybe 5 years later. I was doing stand-up, and then I saw her, and I wouldn't do this anymore, but whatever. I got up and I was like, hey, I sent that girl a dozen roses in high school, and she never called me again. And after that, I apologized. I was like, that was rude. I put you on blast. Like, we were not in the same level in high school.
No, don't
Maybe
do
she
that
should
to
have called to
yourself.
say thank you, but
She was a double black belt or what?
But yeah, she's really good friends with a mutual friend, so we've talked about it quite a bit, and it's hilarious now. But yeah, it really shook me.
Did she say why she didn't call?
Nah, we were kids, but I'm like, man, I should have called. But yeah, I don't know why.
Still doesn't know.
Today. I'm sorry.
She ain't.
Oh, you still popping that gum?
Well, Sean, I'm sorry.
You're a big Stephen A.J. fan. You have no idea what her priorities are
She
comedy
might
wise.
be, man. She might be a big Steve AJ
You know
fan.
what I'm saying?
Maybe
She's
she
not.
wouldn't be the
She's
only
tripping.
one.
She's
She
blowing
wouldn't be
it.
the only
She's
one.
not.
If she's
Everybody.
popping gum, it sounds like it's right in his wheelhouse.
It might be
Right.
right there. It's like, girl, let me get a guess at. You know what I'm saying? A little guess at in that coochie.
I'm gonna take.
You're making me horny now. What do you do? I'm hornier than I was when we got on this podcast. This is wild.
Yeah. This is a compound noise, and let me know if this is okay.
Okay.
To take with my third pick.
Sure.
You remember when you used to have to go to a bank and put things in a pneumatic tube?
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah. Drive through.
Yeah,
So
oh,
this
yeah.
is the noise of that tube closing, because it was like
That shit was
Most
the
of them-
future, bro.
it was the most satisfying click. And so this is, it's that noise, and then it's also the tube going. It's all the.
So the click
Yeah.
of the tube shutting was
You
a
like
real
a fool.
like.
You like a
I like a
fool.
boom, but I like a click. It's almost more the click. If I can only take one of them, I'm taking the click.
You're a click
It's-
fool guy.
Yeah, foop and a clink.
A floop and a click. I'm a floop and a click guy. I know what I like.
Walk into a bar, you know.
That's the answer to the riddle. It's the floop guy is the click guy.
The click though, it's a very
And he's
official
the guy
click.
doing
I
surgery.
can't operate on this fool. He's my click.
It's almost more of a clunk. It's almost more of a clunk. If we're being
Okay.
clunk, it's a chunk. It's a chunkity clunk clank.
You're a C guy. I get it now. You're a C guy, like the letter C. You like those.
Yeah.
Flippity thump thump.
It's the same. It's nearly the same clunk as like a purse makes sometimes. You know when they have that like it was like the clunk close.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
We're gonna call it a pachink? It's not a pachink at all.
No, it's a clickety clunk clank.
Oh, it's not shit.
Ian
Not
Carmel
shit.
in Pootie Tang 2, everybody.
Yeah.
Clickety clank clank.
Take two. Back to the 10.
But did it clickety clank.
The bank tube thing. I don't know if that's still still a thing in a
I
bank.
don't know. It used to be when you deposited checks, right? You would have to.
Yeah.
You'd have to do it.
Anything. You gave your
Yeah.
ID, anything. All like they
God,
would.
when's the last time you put cash in your bank?
Dude, that cash. Now that you gotta like claim everything. If someone slips up and gives me cash, wallet, baby. That doesn't
Put
see the
cash in
bank.
the bank, yeah,
Because
that-
there's no way to prove. You do get audited. It's like there's no way to prove they gave it to you. So it's a whole wormhole. But yeah.
Now that you gotta claim everything.
I didn't claim anything until we started making money. I never made money doing like
Yeah, true.
ever enough. I asked them one time and they were like, no, like official. A dude at H&R Block straight up was like, nah, I wouldn't even, I wouldn't even bother with it. It's like, all right, dude, I'm trying to do this.
Now I'm taking from a fourth pick, more of a sustained noise along the lines of a fire crackling. I'm taking rain on a tin roof.
Ooh,
baby.
Yeah, that's good.
Especially like a thick rain. Like a thick rain. Is anyone else going to take any rain things? Because I want to talk about a cousin of this Sam.
Get it rain. Go ahead.
It's,
Rain.
it's not
I think
a
you could.
rain thing. Well, no, I don't need to take it. Go for it.
A thick, also a very, you know what I mean? Like a pregnant rain, like a thick rain, also on a car
Like a
windshield.
big old
Another good
fat
one.
rain, like those
Yeah,
ones.
big old fat rain.
Feel it. Yeah.
But this is
Little
my
wet,
dad-
dang right.
At his floating home, not a houseboat, just to make that very clear. Floating
Wait,
home.
it's not. I am sorry. Is this, I didn't know
No,
that's.
They're not
It's
boats.
different.
It's different. The floating, like you couldn't unmoor this and then like chug a lug out anyway.
Oh, you couldn't take it anywhere else. Okay.
You'd have to get like a tugboat involved. But this, so he had a tin roof on his house, and when it would rain, it just sounded amazing. It just, I can't even. It's like a. It just sounds so good. It's like it makes you want to fall asleep. It evokes that feeling. I'm sure there's a word for this. That feeling of being sheltered when the weather is bad. That makes you just like feel so safe and cozy.
Like being in some
Yeah,
comfort,
some sort of, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing about those sounds, they make me want to take a nap, but they don't. I can't do it at the end of the night. I can't go to sleep to those sounds, but I can take a nap to those sounds.
Oh, interesting.
Like if that's happening when I gotta go to bed for the 8, I can't do that.
No.
No, I can
Are
take
you
a nap.
back to eights? Are you back to eights,
No,
baby?
no.
Where do you think you're at?
4 probably,
What?
Whoa, you really?
maybe 5. I mean, she gets up at probably 6, and lately I've been up till midnight or 1.
Oh, so this is your fault.
Well, I mean, I gotta be out doing stand-up, man. I could go to bed at like, 9, but
So
I mean
you
that's.
could be getting eights.
Yeah, but it doesn't.
You can't do
It doesn't work
stats.
like that, man. You can't do stand. You just can't.
Yeah,
like
but you don't
if-
do stand up every night.
I have been. I've been doing it like 5-6 nights a week. But also, you can't. And we've talked about this. Going to bed at 9 is crazy to me. I've never gone to bed at 9. I can't do that. It's too early for me. I just can't.
I know
I
you
never. It just feels crazy to go to. I mean, it's still kind of light out at 9 o'clock right now.
I go to bed at midnight to 1 usually now, even if I have a show, and even that's about as early as my body will even
Yeah.
consider the night being over.
I'm not complaining. I don't feel empty or anything. Because I don't have to go to some job I hate, which
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not complaining about it, but it's not a ton of sleep just yet. But it's getting better.
I'm trying to get 8 when I have a kid.
Yeah, man, I can't wait to be. I can't wait to
Flip
have
it,
those
flip it.
conversations with you.
Flip it, you should get 10. I'm taking it back just so he knows.
No, I can't
Oh,
wait.
shit.
Another thing is when you look at the solid chunk. I haven't got a solid chunk of more than like 3 hours since I don't know when. Like,
R.I.P. to your sleep schedule, but I'm different. I'm sorry. Like,
man, I can't wait. I cannot wait to talk
it's
to
gonna
you.
be different.
Yeah, bro. I hope it is.
The Carmel discipline, the Schwartz discipline, instilled in one baby, dude. Come on.
Keep talking. Keep running that mouth. I can't wait.
This baby's gonna be in bed reading a book, waiting for us to get up, dude.
Hey, man.
This baby's half my wife. Are you kidding me?
Hey, keep talking. I love it. I love all this. It's all on wax. I love that it's being recorded. This is dang.
We'll see what happens.
I will see what happens.
You're all cocky. Like, wait till you have a kid. It's gonna be easy for me, dude.
Oh no, I haven't really said it like that to you.
Yeah, you
this is
have.
the first.
Yes,
No,
you
this is the
have.
first time I'll
Yeah.
say it. You'll be going on the road is gonna be a whole different thing. That's when sleep happens, if you can believe that. Now that like when I'm on the road, that's when I get to sleep.
That's the worst.
And you saw me last time I was on the road. I was
Absolutely.
I was an absolute mess. Laying on David's floor, complaining about my legs for 2 hours.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Steven, time for your fourth pick.
All right, fourth one
Yes, sir.
is that when you're taking a big dookie, and it's sliding out, and it hits that water, whatever that.
Oh, I know what you mean. Dookie splash water.
It's kind of compound, like
Dookie water splash.
Because even the come out, you know what I mean? It almost sounds like a small fire crackling
Yes, it
or
does.
something, or just that.
Yes, it does.
And you just like, you're waiting, and you just, yeah.
Then it goes like
Yeah.
that kerplop where the whole thing is under the water and then the water closes over it, makes the kerplop.
Yeah.
You're like proud of yourself because you're like, look at that big shit I just.
It's all in one piece. Look at that. Look at me.
Oh, man.
Look at me getting the whole thing out.
Look at that. I'm getting my fiber. That's a healthy poop. Good for
Yeah.
me.
Man,
Yeah.
you ever just, and when you wipe, there's just a little bit of poop, and you're like, look at me. Efficient. Look at my efficient body.
I am a perfect animal. I'm like, look.
Yeah, you're the most efficient.
I can run up the bed. That's how I feel when I do that. You feel lighter when you get off the toilet?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a great feeling, man. And then you just feel like you did something right, the right way.
Yeah.
That's what was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
That's a great pick.
The silence of it,
Just
too.
a healthy, a healthy dookie.
Love
Yeah.
it. Dookie time.
We're going fucking, you know what I mean? There were a lot of like expected picks that we could have taken on this. We're going all over the place and I'm proud of
I think
us.
we're doing good. I think we're doing good.
Yeah, we're getting out there.
I'm really proud of us. Sean Jordan, time for your fourth pick.
Ooh, Agent of Chaos over here. A window breaking.
Oh, I like that sound, too. I
Love
like
a
that sound,
window
too.
breaking.
I like that sound, too.
There's something
It's nice.
buck
I don't
about
know.
it, dude. Like it's, I wouldn't want to be sleeping and hear a
It
window
also
breaking.
means Stone Cold Steve Austin is about to walk out.
It's
Yeah, dude.
That was
you
the
get two of the
ultimate,
sounds,
yeah.
right? You crack the beers and get a window breaking.
Yeah, he knew what he was doing.
I
Yeah.
bet you
That's why
could
he was so big. We should invent a new wrestler where their song starts with a poop and then a cigarette and shit.
And they just come out shooting a Nerf gun.
Just a completely audio-based wrestler.
Oh, be like the Entity, dude.
Yeah. Ooh, the entity.
Dude, I'm surprised they haven't done that where like a wrestler just has to fight a fictional other wrestler who's supposed to be there making sounds. It's got to have happened in one of
Like
those
an invisible,
backyard.
there's an invisible wrestler.
Yeah, like the invisible wrestler who can only make sounds and like sound waves knock you off your balance, body slam your
Must
shit.
have it. Hit us up,
If it hasn't, then we just change wrestling for the better forever.
And we're starting our own promotion.
But yeah, window breaking, not one of my proudest moments ever, but right when we moved to Portland, it was when I was reading the dirt. I've talked about this before, but I just found a window and I put my foot on it and Tori was like, don't you break that window. And I looked at Adam and I was like, the dirt! And then I just kicked the window out and then we started running.
That book has had a deleterious effect on your life.
Yeah,
I'm
man.
always encouraging you to read more, but maybe not.
I absolutely know what deleterious means, but just in case Isaac doesn't, because he's never
It's
heard
the
of Cool
barber
Runnings.
that me and Steve used to have.
David, it's deleterious. I am back.
Deleterious Junior, DJ.
Yeah. Anyway, window breaking, just chaotic. I don't know. It's fun. It's more of a fun sound. It's not soothing necessarily.
I've never really broken a window.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa, we gotta fix that.
We used to punch out, Nick Mampe and I used to punch out light fixtures at Southern Oregon University, but I don't think I've ever broken a window.
Dude,
Yeah,
we went to
brick
a.
window.
This is gonna sound different than what it is, but for my 40th birthday, Laura and I went to a smash room where you break stuff.
Is that a group sex?
It's called.
Yeah.
When they called it, I was like, "Is it really called a smash room? You can't call it like a break room or something." But yeah,
Well,
you
that's
just
a thing,
go.
too.
Yeah, well, it is, I guess. Yeah, man, you just go break things. It's so tight. And also just like a window out in the wild. Like you never had like an abandoned building and just threw rocks in the windows?
Yeah. Or like broke a window in your parents' house, or like a car window, or
Car
something.
window, maybe? Like knocked down. or
Oh,
something. Yeah.
never done it.
Oh,
I know
man.
the sound from film and television.
The feeling is great.
There's
Yeah,
just
it feels
something there when you do it. You're like, it
amazing.
feels like you, dude. I remember. I've danced around this story. I'll never tell it, but one time I was in a car and somebody was huddled over me. Somebody outside the car broke the car window with a golf club, and to get at us, and it was so buck, dude. It was one of those where it's like
Someone was huddled over you, like when you getting hit.
somebody came in to protect me because this dude was like trying to get in the whip, and so my buddy Mike, he came in and huddled over me, so if the window did get broken, I wouldn't get hit. So what happened? That Mike was huddled over me. The guy that was trying to get us broke the window with a golf club. It knocked the head off the golf club, and then he stabbed it into Mike's back. And it went in like an inch, and then everyone piled out of the car, and then. So that's the tiny little version of the story I can say.
I think I have a good imagination of what happened next.
Yeah, there was.
Everybody piles out of a car. It doesn't have
You
like a lot of
cheated on
different
Elon
ways.
Nordgren.
Well, I think I
after
was
winning the
18,
Masters.
so I couldn't even, like, I wasn't supposed to, whatever. Yeah, anyway, so that window breaking was the first one where I was like, damn, this is wild. But, like, everybody ended up being okay, so it's like a good buck, you know? I don't know, just mischievous, gnarly, just makes, I don't know, just a fun
You
sound.
wouldn't want to roll those dice again, but you're happy with how it turned out.
Ooh, baby. That's why one of the reasons I'm so happy all the time is because I made it. Just so many dumb things and da 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 da, and now it's like, man, I chill, I skate, I do jokes, I do this, and
You gotta get you a steak, man.
Yeah, in the fire.
In the fire, you made it.
Both of those things, they really fit into your lifestyle right now.
Yeah. Yeah, man, we'll look into a steak.
Get
I
yourself,
could
get yourself a little grass fed.
I don't
You
know
told the
the
guy
rest
when
yet.
you're trying to buy a mid-sized steak, bro. Just go to the fucking grocery store.
You saw me the last time we were at a steakhouse. I got a potato.
Make sure you get that grass-fed steak and not the corn-fed stuff, though.
Okay.
There you go. David, time for your fourth and then your final picks.
Phew. Okay. Oh, fourth pick. You know when you sneeze, the sound it makes inside of your head? Not like when you hear somebody else sneeze. Like the sound that goes in your head when you sneeze. Because it's so like visceral, it kind of takes over everything. So it's kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, but like,
Now I want to sneeze. Yeah.
yeah, but like that sound inside your own head when you sneeze.
Yeah.
What
like that
happens
sound.
if your eyes are open when you sneeze? Can you do it?
Water gets in them?
I know your eyes don't pop out, but like, have you ever tried it? I can't do it. It's like
I
almost
never tried
impossible.
it. I don't think I ever even. I didn't know this was a thing, so I don't think I ever tried.
People say your eyes pop out of your head. It's like, no, your eyelids don't keep your eyes in your head. So that's not what happens.
If
But
you keep your eyes open, I don't know.
yeah, it's better to admit that like they'll pop out if your eyes are open. But
My eyes are usually a half mask, though. So. Just like
Hello.
even if I'm not like on.
Yeah.
on.
It depends on what sound effect you have in your butt at that given moment.
your sinuses and your butt cavity, there's a big correlation there.
Yeah.
The interior of your sneeze and your final pick.
Oh, and then I know we've been going so interesting, so this one kind of is boring, but the violin.
Oh, yeah, dude, I had that on my list too.
Dude, of course.
Man, at the symphony, I just got a whole new respect for it. Like honestly, it made me want to cry at some points. It's just so pure and like rich, and like
so rich.
it's just like the perfect like of all the strings. I think I like it better than the guitar. It's just like it's really dynamic. It's like I'm definitely gonna be seeking out more of it. It really got to me.
It's a guitar that you marry and not just have sex with. That's what a violin is. Like there's a guitar which you have sex with, and then you marry the violin. You know,
I'd have
that's who
sex
you
with
want
a
to
bass guitar if I was gonna fuck one of them. For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
I could
Get yourself a new little
yeah.
Igor Stravinsky, dude.
Some was way too.
get filled out.
Yeah, I would for sure fuck the bass first. But yeah, well, I mean, I'm looking at more stuff to go. After tour, I'm gonna try to get the symphony in a few more times this year because it was one of the more transformative art experiences I've ever had. Actually,
Wow.
yeah, it was really a lot.
Who were they playing?
Dude, it was fucking Batman. I saw
It was
the
a
most
movie,
basic
right?
shit
Whoa.
ever. They were doing the Danny Elfman score of Batman, and they did it
Yeah.
live.
Was Batman playing the movie?
89, yeah. He was playing, and then they did all the music. And then, by the end, like, when all the, the big fight scenes and shit like that, I didn't even give a shit about Batman. I was, like, sort of annoyed and just that the screen was there distracting me, because at the end, they were just going crazy. It was amazing.
Right when
Yeah.
that's that
Yeah,
and
it's
they're just
so
like doing these
amazing.
like
We saw Harry
yeah.
Potter like that, where the movie was playing, but they just played all the music from the movie. It was so sick.
Yeah, it's like the movie kind of felt distracting. Like, I didn't really care about the movie, except for Jack Nicholson.
So good.
Because I forgot how much I liked him as a Joker. But anyways, the point is the violin.
Excellent. Sean Jordan, your final pick.
When you 50-50 a ledge on your skateboard, when you all have 50-50 ledge, the grinding of the trucks on a waxed up cement ledge is the best sound I could possibly think of. I knew obviously nobody was going to pick that, so I saved it for last, but it's the most
It's a great
satisfying.
noise.
It is a
It's
good
the most satisfying sound I can think of ever. It just means you're doing that hard thing. You're grinding through a ledge. It just, it's like,
It's that
just
like that.
grinding. I mean, really, it's just like grinding metal on cement with some wax on it, so whatever that is. But it just sounds so gritty and grimy, and like you're just in street skating. It's just sick, man. It's just the best
The
feeling.
whole skateboard sound is great. The wheels, I can't believe that pisses people off.
It pisses them off to no end, my friend.
It's so weird. I always really like that sound.
Dude, I mean, it's crazy. I've gotten, that's the most fights I've almost gotten in my whole life, was like adults trying to make me feel stupid for skating. It'll boil my blood, even as a kid, and I'd be like, I was ready to go up against some dads quite a few times. Just that shit where they're like, you can't skate on the street. It's like, bro, you don't work on the street. What are you doing? Just get out of here. It's waking up my dog. That's what I like about pickleball courts right now, because they're louder than skate parks. And people are starting to complain about this pickleball shit, but no one's going to do anything about it because it's not kids out there skating. It's fucking 60-year-olds playing pickleball.
I've been out there playing.
Pickleball is dank,
So
man.
fun.
I'm
We
not-
should play pickleball.
Yeah, let's play.
I would love to.
Dude, High Plains pickleball?
I play
I play against
pickleball.
pickleball.
I'd be out there
That'd be icy.
punishing them old white folks, man.
Dana's parents are amazing at it. They bought like boutique rackets and shit. Like the Chicago suburbs, you gotta
It's
like,
huge, huh?
yeah, real big.
It's funny. I tried to talk to, or I was with Zach because Zach was just out here, and somebody said something about pickleball. It just, man.
I bet it's like his rollerblading.
Dude, tennis players fucking are out
It
of
was
their
just like
minds
he put so
angry
much
about
in. He just put so much into it. So it's funny when somebody's like, "Oh, you ever played pickleball?" Zach's like, "Yeah, no."
No, I play tennis, bro.
Yeah, I play fucking tennis.
Steven, time for your final pick.
All right, it's the one. It's my sound, man. You know that sound when going down on a girl, right? Yeah, you know it is. And then you spread them lips and then.
Oh,
Oh my god!
Oh, my butt hurts.
did you butt hair or are you not exploding? Are you not exploding?
Oh my god. Yo.
That's maybe the most explicit pick in the history of this podcast.
The sound effect.
Yes.
Yeah, because you made this. Don't do it anymore.
You did it perfectly.
Yeah.
No,
baby.
you nailed it. You nailed it. That is.
Yeah. That consent. That's that sound, baby. Sound. Yes, sir.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
It's a very good pick.
It's a fabulous pick.
I'm jerking off right now.
All right. I can't wait for you. I already can't wait for you to do the recap of this draft. I can't wait to see.
I just wrote down the noise.
Yeah. The noise. Moist the noise. Yeah.
Oh, the moist
The
noise?
moist noise. Yeah.
Moist noise.
That's my
It's crazy. I never heard anybody make that sound before. Not like with their mouth.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. I've been studying, man.
I can tell. That was really impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not the first time you've made that noise.
No, for sure.
It wasn't the thousandth. I couldn't even say thousandth.
Time for my final pick.
Yeah.
So you know those like that? You know the door jams that are like little springs?
Oh, big. Are you thinking the boy?
The boy, oh,
Oh, yeah.
dude, that's
You like a thick sound. You like
I love a
you
thick
like a
texture.
dense.
You can sink your teeth into.
I like it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
I fucking love that noise.
Yeah.
I don't have those kind of door jams in my house, unfortunately.
We got
I haven't
like
seen
4
them.
of
I haven't
dude.
seen them in a while. I don't either.
Yeah, I think they started just telling people to not fucking fling their doors open.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have a lot of doors in my crib though either.
Or windows.
Very open floor plan. I do. I got big ass windows.
Yeah.
You got a whole wall
Portfolio
with
is
window.
window heavy.
Yeah. Got big old window wall.
Yeah, don't throw no stones, man.
Out of this glass house.
Boy, door jam, boy,
Yo.
That's the final pick. Isaac Lee, do you have a pick?
Yeah, I was gonna take
You
a
know when
very.
you go down on a girl?
I did have that in mind, but then Steven already took a related one, so I'm not going to do that. Keeping this family friendly. I'm going to take the sound of waves hitting the beach. You know when it crashes?
Ooh, yeah.
I mean, if you do Steven's sound right, you're gonna get your sound. So.
Right.
And you're gonna be boyoyoing.
Oh yeah.
You'll get all
What if an erection really made that? Wouldn't that be tight if it really, like, when it finished, it was like,
No.
yo-yo-yo-yoing? Yes, it would.
Because you would have been sitting in class. Behind your boner. And they would be like, boyoyoing. And you'd be like,
They'd be like, Sean has a boner, I can hear it.
and like back when your body doesn't have any control over it, so like she's up there talking about Anne of Green Gables or like, you know what I mean, like Catcher in the Rye, and you get a boner.
Yeah, just rocked up to the Byzantine era.
Who's popping their gum? God damn it.
There's no gum in class.
Getting a boner to the New Deal, like you'll be back. To recap our picks, Isaac Lee had a great pick, waves crashing on the beach. To recap our picks, David, you went first. You took cracking open a cold one, a straight razor shave, your stomach growling, an interior sneeze, the sneeze sound inside your head, and the violin. Sean, you went second. You took the crackling of a fire, the whack of a golf ball, cicadas during the summer, a window breaking, and grinding a ledge doing a 50-50. Steven, you went third. You took the hold song clap sound, white panic, gum snapping, a healthy dookie splash, and the moist noise.
That's a
Moist
list,
noise.
baby.
I went last. I took the swish of a basketball, the pump, that thwonk sound that a Nerf gun makes, a pump Nerf gun, the bank tube click, and the pneumatic tube sound that follows, the rain on a tin roof, and then the boyoyoing of a door jam. We left some good stuff on the board.
I have a lot of thunder, man. Like,
A bowling strike.
yeah, I was trying. I had the one. I thought it was like the break of a perfect pool break. You know, like when you break the
Yeah,
rat.
tuba, a slap
hit
shot,
baseball.
hockey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, same thing.
Yeah.
I would put that Jadakiss live, but
Yo, I love that sound. Man, I didn't even think about ad-libs. Brr, I would have picked shit.
Dude, the ice cream truck, the recess bell. There's a few of those birds.
I also like hearing like a really well-made toilet flush, like one of those ones where you're like, I'm not gonna clog this. There's no way
Right,
I'm gonna clog this.
I was thinking about the suck at the end of the toilet where it's.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
those industrial force where you're like, I'm in good hands here.
perfect snare drum.
Yeah.
The clap of a snare drum.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm a freak,
Yeah, Isaac,
man.
you're an audio engineer. I'm sure you have all sorts of.
I have all sorts of sounds I could have picked, but my mind also went to sex first. So,
French kissing, I like French kissing. That's
See, I think all that sounds gross. I'm a prude.
God.
Yeah, I've talked to you about that. You don't like any of it.
I can't. The sound. I don't like sounds like body sounds like that.
Really? Oh my God.
Well, I mean, when it's on, it's on. So when it's on, sure. But any other, like thinking about it when it's not on, can't do it.
We want to hear your sounds, body and otherwise. Hit us all up on All Fantasy Pod on Twitter, allfantasypodcast@gmail.com. Shout out to everyone on the AFE Patreon. Thank you for holding us down. Shout out to everyone on the AFE Shislackity. Been back in there mixing it up lately. It's been a lot of fun. Shout out to everyone on the AFE subreddit. Shout out to super producer Isaac Lee on the ones and twos. Shout out to Saint Sue Carmel. Shout out to Frankie Ocean. Shout out to Sid the Dude. Shout out to Haja Beats. And more important than all of this, tune in again next week to another brand new episode of All Fantasy Everything.
Shiklackety!
see, that's a sound we could have picked too. Shiklackety.
Oh yeah, what a great sound.
That was a headgum podcast.
I'm Tobin Heath, two-time World Cup winner.
And I'm Kristen Press, two-time World Cup winner.
And this is the recap show. This is the first time we'll be watching the World Cup in over a decade. We know we're not alone with how we feel about the way people talk about women's sports. We want to be part of the solution.
Having been there many times before ourselves, Tobin and I are going to bring to you what it's like to play in a World Cup, what's really happening behind the scenes, all the good, juicy bits.
The recap show will bring you gal culture at its finest. We all know what bro culture is, but what is gal culture? We're here to to define it.
We have incredible guests joining us.
You're going to get the strongest perspective, the strongest minds the game has to offer.
This is our narrative, our culture, and we get to tell it our way.
Nobody can speak about the World Cup better than us. You'll hear it all on the recap show. Premiering July 20th, you're going to find the recap show everywhere. YouTube, TikTok, Twitter,
Instagram,
Threads,
and wherever you get your podcast.
Welcome to the recap.
Welcome to the show. LFG.
This is a headgum podcast.
This is All Fantasy Everything, the podcast where we fantasy draft anything and everything from the world of pop culture. On today's episode, we're drafting stress relievers. Our guest today is writer, editor, gamer, reader, NBA superfan, and dear friend of the podcast, Jason Concepcion. Jason hosts the weekly YouTube series All Caps NBA, as well as the podcast Tape Line and X-Ray Vision. I'm your host, Ian Carmel, and with me, as always, are my friends and comedians Sean Jordan and David Borey. Let's get into it. Welcome to another brand new episode of All Fantasy Everything, the podcast that polished off the Topo Chico right before we started recording, and I'm feeling bubbly.
You had the seltzer versions, man. You had those ones with alcohol in them.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah.
Whoa, have I had the ones with alcohol in them?
Yeah.
You know, seltzer just means sparkling water.
Not to me, it doesn't. Not anymore. It's been stolen.
It means malt liquor.
Seltzer's just like another word, you know, that's why they call it a hard seltzer.
Nope.
Yeah.
Not to me. Now seltzer means got alcohol in it. They're all fun now. All of them.
So what's the hard seltzer now? If this regular seltzer is the alcohol seltzer, what's the hard seltzer?
You pour it in the barrel of a shotgun and drink it that way.
Oh my god.
Yeah. You use the shotgun like a straw and then just pour it in.
Now that's doing shots.
Yeah, shot.
Fuck shots, dude.
Fuck shots?
Yeah, my god.
Oh,
I
Man.
think that's your bar.
dude, that is sick.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a sweatshirt that says that the next time I go to Vegas. Is gonna have
You
fuck
should get
shots.
you should
stitched
get
into
a
it.
fucking venue that says that.
Yeah, fuck shots, dude. More people will be opening a bar, right? Have you approached that with her?
She's cool with much more than most people think she's cool with. Yeah.
Yeah. But you opening a bar?
That was cryptic.
Yeah.
That was really cryptic.
I think she'd be cool with me opening a bar as long as I could like make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that's
one of the
clutch.
two of the big things.
Well, okay, but what
Yeah.
if it was, this is just for the love. We're gonna lose money on, we're gonna take a bath on this bar, but it's gonna be
If I had
culturally
more money.
important. Okay, I see.
Then yeah.
It's gonna be important to shop culture.
Yeah. Shot culture, dude. Fuck
Yeah.
shot culture. We need a skate bar in Portland that's not staffed by a jerk.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Man.
Wow.
I tried to go, me and David Schwartz tried to go to
Oh yeah,
yes.
Dude,
Sean
Ian was,
Jordan.
that tea kettle was whistling, boy.
It was not whistling. I'll tell you that. I just stood up for myself. I wasn't a prick to
No,
anybody.
you actually. No, I take it back. You weren't like hot, but I'm just.
He was a prick to me. We were in Portland. It was snowing outside. I forget the name of the skate bar. And Dana and I were meeting Sean Jordan for a meal and some drinks.
Cat's paw.
Cat's paw.
Wow.
We went in there.
Oh, putting them on blast.
Full
Flame.
flaming them.
Well, you
Yeah,
can't be.
dude.
Okay, this. Go ahead. And then I'll talk.
Problem with the crosshair. We went to Cat's Paw, and I walked in. I had to pee real bad, but Dana sat down, and I walked up to the bartender. I was like, "Hey, you guys got a bathroom?" And then I forget. Then I forget exactly what he said, but it was something along the lines of, "Oh, what? We don't say hello."
No, I got. He goes.
Oh, yeah.
It's in the back, and also I'm doing fine. And you were
Oh
like,
yeah, that's what it was. It's in the back, and also I'm doing fine. I said hello. I was like, "Hey, do you guys have a bathroom?" It's in the back, and also I'm doing fine. Like, and then I'm supposed to sit there? I can't sit there after that.
Here's my thing. The
Yeah.
bar is amazing. Everybody that works, everyone I've encountered is amazing. But it's a tale as old as time with skateboarding. You get that one person who like spits on the bus driver or whatever, and then you're like, well now everybody hates skateboarders because you did that, And that's what they. It's like if you go to a stand-up show, and the one time you've been there, the comic is an absolute shitbag.
Yeah.
And they hate stand-up.
Can't imagine what it's like to be lumped into a group like actions at one. I cannot wrap my head around it.
This guy also came at me with some like fucking like substitute teacher or fucking like stepdad energy, and I'm doing fine.
Also, you're a grown up. Is there some level of like, we're both grown dudes. I don't need to.
Well, I didn't doff my cap. What the fuck are we talking about here? This is a skate bar.
You should have sat down and just made him tell you how he is doing.
Let's
the
really
next
get into
hour
it.
and just be like,
Yeah.
sir, what's going on with you?
Maybe he
how
was
are
doing
you?
really bad.
Maybe he needed it.
I think clearly he was doing pretty bad.
Yeah. Man, what is that?
That doesn't happen if he's having a good day.
No,
What's your relationship with your father? Let's start at the beginning.
How's your girlfriend?
How's your girlfriend, man?
You with someone right now?
Where is she?
Do you feel like you're worthy of love right now?
Like, yeah, dude.
No, it's a bummer because that place I like it a lot. So
It seemed cool. I was stoked to do it, but I was about to go pee, I'm sure, in a urinal that didn't have borders on the side of it, or in a toilet in a stall that didn't have a door on it. It was that kind of bar. And we had to exchange pleasantries?
I hate a urinal without borders.
Have you guys ever
man.
seen a trough? Like
Yeah,
the bears in the
of course.
Midwest, like a pee trough?
Yeah.
Oh.
I might as well be outside. I don't
That's
get
what
it.
I'm saying. It's like everyone's judgment call as to how close they want to be. And I don't care, but I've like been touching before, where you're like, this is
Dicks?
Remember?
No, elbows.
I've been my first encounter with a trough was I was a child.
Yeah.
And,
at a baseball game?
yeah, at a baseball game. And it sucks because like I can't even get my sack over the rim at that point in time. And so like what am I gonna do? You know? How am I gonna get this done, folks?
Yeah.
Like somebody help me out.
You're like the dude wieners are up to your neck.
You're
Yeah.
down there.
You're like neck and neck with a bunch of construction worker.
You're neck and neck with neck, dude. You're neck.
I'm just like I'm amongst the hogs at the hog trough, and I need to be higher than that. I need to get up higher to get this going.
No man loses in that situation,
Yeah.
man. That is
Does he ever?
Yeah.
Can I get a little flower box or something on the ground? Like, can we
You
get
can
that?
have
For the,
that.
yeah.
Or a little JR trough, dude.
Yeah.
Just for the kids.
Little kitty trough down the
Yeah.
way.
Oh, they need a baby trough.
Baby
Not a
trough,
baby
dude.
Or a stool.
Like a step stool to stand on.
Or like a concierge doing the suit, handing out
hold
bins,
you.
and also like holding like 4 kids up so they can pee, dude.
What do you tip for that? $2 a piss?
That's $2 a piss.
Allow me, sir.
Industry
Let me
rate,
just
going
lift
right, $2 a
Yeah,
piss.
you
dude.
gotta- that's-
Excuse me, sir. I couldn't help but notice your sack didn't quite make it over the edge. Let me help with that.
God, it was a different country back then.
It
I
really
feel like
was.
you
It
still
really
see troughs
was.
every now and then, but it was like every stadium a trough. Dudes were just more comfortable pissing next to each other. What was America like?
I think we just saw more. So I just saw Jackass last night, and I think that we just used to be more comfortable seeing Ween
Yeah,
Probably.
as a whole, because there was a ton of Ween in that movie,
yeah, there was.
and it was hilarious. But then I walked away and I was like, I don't know the last time I saw that much Ween in a movie once.
I remember seeing a lot of dick and balls in the locker room at the Midland Jewish Community Center when I was a kid. A lot of old man dick and balls.
Yeah.
And again, right at eye level because I was a little dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember when you were a kid, the man dick and balls is like,
It's like an elephant's trunk.
it is a lot.
Apparently, yeah.
You're like, this whole situation's not like mine.
It's like
It's
when
discolored for some reason.
it's like standing like at the foot of Godzilla and trying to reckon with what I'm seeing. Because there's so much to it.
But also one day knowing that you will grow into your own Godzilla.
I couldn't understand how. How will it
I
get
didn't
there?
think that was. I was in the same boat where I'm like, no way, that ain't gonna happen to me.
There's not a
Thank God it did.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's not still the size it was when I was 4, but it's like you just can't wrap your mind around it.
Not me. Shots to the left, but not me. No way.
I'm not taking that ride, you perverts.
You're not getting SJ.
you must be thinking of somebody else, my
I'm
friend.
thinking of buck shots. I'm gonna have a tiny little guy
That's
that's
right.
my life.
That's it.
There's not a good angle to see a penis, but definitely not upwards. You know what I mean? A whole penis and ball situation.
From under? No, that's not where you want it.
Not gazing up. Yeah.
No, that's not its
Ladders.
place.
Looks louder. Yeah, no.
I think it's probably best in profile. If you had to pick one.
Yeah,
Profile?
man. Like nicely silhouetted.
What amount of
Yeah.
hardness are we talking about when it in profile? I think because I agree with you, in profile is the way,
3/4.
but like a
I said 1/4.
1/4.
So there's a rise to it.
right
I
some
understand
shape,
what you're
some shape to it, but it's not
Right.
aggressive.
So, okay, I went
yeah.
in the other day to the doctor
Right.
to talk about getting the vasectomy, which I will be doing. And
got hard.
he just pulled, it was a good thing I had the mask on. He pulled out the diagram, and it was like a 4 out of 5 on the photo scale.
Had you never seen a penis before? Was that your
It
first
was
time?
so big in the diagram, and I just wanted to be like, they're not always that big, dude. It's most of the time it's not even close to that big. Because it was all healthy and girthy looking, and you're like, sure, sometimes it looks like that. Most of the time, it doesn't look a thing like that. It looks like
Doctor, I'm
much
not,
tinier
I'm
than the
not
sack.
feeling represented by the diagrams you're bringing up.
You should have said that.
I'm sorry. I thought you were a European doctor.
You have a diagram that really kind of gets by on its personality and just hope that's enough.
Right.
Like a life full of laughter is enough for the women interested in it.
It is so hard to talk about that stuff and not laugh. I mean, I just have such a hard time.
Were you
Such a
using
hard
the real terms, or were
Yeah.
you like,
Were you like,
what, you guys
what-
gonna snip my bad dude? Or?
What's better? That's what I was.
So to go in under the hog, right?
Yeah.
And then
I'm doing stand up about this. You guys, it's almost like verbatim what you two just said. It's like you know exactly how I talk, but yeah.
Right.
So what's up? Are you gonna
Yeah.
Die Hard 3? Are you gonna blow up the tunnel? What's
Yeah.
going on?
I'm gonna blow up the. I feel. I mean, after watching a birth, the whole pregnancy and the birth and everything, if I expect her to do one more thing, then I'm an asshole. So I figured go get snipped, and that's the least I could do.
right.
You can get it done that day. Like, you can drive yourself home, right?
Oh,
Yeah.
well, I could be doing all that, but he said.
You can do like yard work right afterwards. I think.
I'll probably be out for a couple weeks. I probably need to go to LA to recuperate.
I feel like you put a shed up and
Yeah.
like actually knock out a lot of the chores.
Really?
Because you actually can't bone for like a week or two, so you're good to just sort of focus on stuff that needs
No,
to be
I
done
think I'll
right
just
now.
probably come down to LA and recover, you know, hang out for a while with my
I don't think you
Right.
should fly. The altitude change might, scramble the eggs.
I'm really scared about it because I was asking the guy, I was like, is it going to hurt the first time I go nuts afterwards? And he was like, it's not going to, you have to produce a sample, I guess, to
I
bring
don't
it back
think you'll
in to
ever
make
go
sure.
nuts again.
No, no nuts.
It seems like it's going to hurt because they cut this tube, and you're like, well, how's, I don't know. Like, if the tube was there, then something's going to smash through the tube, and it feels like that's going to hurt, but it doesn't. It just goes into your body.
So what we're talking about, I believe, I don't know, is like the fluid comes out, but the stream by which the salmon would have reached the sea.
Yeah.
The venue's open,
right,
but there's nobody in the building.
There's sperm, but no semen, I believe, is what he said. And then I laughed under my mask.
I will say, I don't know about doing it, but I know that now when you go swimming, you should not dive down too fast or your penis will explode.
That's true.
So you're gonna,
You'll get the wiener bends.
How far down do you think I go when I swim?
Not as deep as you used to, I promise.
Even 5 feet could explode your whole penis.
It's very true.
Yeah, it's a pressure situation.
Well, maybe then it'll look like the diagram for once.
No, it's gonna look like a novelty cigar blew up. Is what's
It's a
like,
girl.
like someone stuck a gun in Daffy Duck's mouth, and then it's like his.
You gotta pull it from the back and
your dick hole's gonna have piano keys in it.
It's gonna say Acme real big on the side.
Sean, you're still, but so, I might understand, like, you're still throwing ropes. Like, that's not an issue. Like,
See, all this is what I want to say to the doctor. I asked him in so many words. Yes, I didn't say, Doc, am I going to be throwing ropes?
Doc, am I still busting ropes? Is that still happening?
You do. So
So you can still take zinc and like maximize your effort and stuff.
Yeah, I'll still take zinc. Yeah.
You take zinc, right? For the road?
You're not
Yeah,
taking
that's what I'm
zinc?
saying. I'll keep. Well, that's what I'm saying. I'll keep taking zinc. I'll keep doing it.
They put it in a powder. You can just put it in a drink.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm a smoothie guy now, man. I became a smoothie guy about 4 days ago.
Whoa.
I'll put some powder in there. Yeah.
Some zinc. What's your smoothie, Sean? It's just like zinc powder in a burrito.
Zinc powder, Old English, some cigarette butts.
Savory smoothies, dude. John Savory Smoothies Jordan.
It's like, I'm gonna go skate. Or the best robes.
Buckshot Smoothie House, dude. Buckshot Smoothie House.
That is a business that needs a jingle.
Where I give you a heavy pour in each smoothie.
Oh, you want a whiskey float on that? Well, too bad. Like,
What's
go
this one
somewhere
called?
else.
This one's called the Old Crow and Strawberries.
Oh my God.
And zinc.
I bet you.
Just a warning for the next week after you ejaculate, you're going to be like pouring concrete every single time.
dude.
So just be careful.
It's coming out thick.
Like oatmeal?
What are we gonna do this for 3 hours?
That guy's gonna be pouring concrete. Johnny's going on Twitter. John Cougarmelon going on Instagram. A lot of those.
Dude, I poured concrete with Sharpie one time, not in the way that we were just talking about, but for real.
Yeah, right.
And
They met at the trough.
it's all gonna sound so perverted because we were just talking about it like it was jizzing, but I had the hose wrapped around my neck. I was holding it up, and Sharpie had a thing in his mouth.
Exactly how I thought it would go.
I was having such an easy time, and I was struggling so hard.
Oh yeah, when you get in situations like that, you realize Chris Charpentier is a man. He's
so
like
bucked,
not
dude.
afraid of anything, and he's
yelling,
very
he's like,
strong.
"You good?" And I was like, "No." I'm all not good. I had the hose around my neck. I was like on a board and ready to fall at any moment. And he's just like, "You good?" I was like, "No, man. I really need $100 though, so I'm gonna stay for the whole day."
Oh man.
Well, not the first time somebody's poured concrete for $100.
Yeah. If I could, real quick, Minneapolis, Minnesota, February 18th and 19th, Comedy Corner Underground. Rochester, February 20th, I'll be at a particular record store. We don't have the venue nailed down yet, but I'll be there. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, Boss's Comedy Club, February 25th, and then Denver, I'm doing the Grolics on February 26th. So, a nice little run for your boy. So get tickets and come see me, please. And
all y'all, when are you in Denver?
September or
February 26th.
February 26th. What are you doing?
I'm not coming, but it's going
on.
I'm not even gonna be there.
Oh, why'd you give me a little stoked?
I don't know.
Oh, February 26th, I'm in Denver.
If it was later in the year, February 26th, I'm not going to be able to swing.
All right. Well, we're going to have to swing some suits, me and you, man. It's going to be...
We are. I got to come up to Portland. We got to get you that suit made, dude.
I just want to see.
Are you getting Indochino too?
Indochino. Or you got to come down here and we got to do the fitting. But we can talk about that after the pod.
I know. We got to figure it out. I don't know what to do. I'm so interested. Thank God you're going. Because I don't know. I whenever I have to do shit like that, I end up getting sidelined and talked into whatever by the person there.
What you're going to want to do, luckily, rhymes with suit. Because it's zoot, dude. We're going to keep the zoot suit.
I am going to get a zoot suit.
Man.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Pipes
You just dress like the
swinging
man.
hands. Yeah, dude.
Listen to the Cherry Papa Daddies.
It'd be a zoot suit riot at your wedding. Big hat, dude. Big hat. Long feather, bro.
Long
It's
feather
gonna look
in it.
good, dude. Long feather. Ostrich feather.
Sean, do you take Lord Be Lawfully Wedded Wife? Maybe. Just a big swipe of the hat. I'm still thinking.
Yeah, dude.
That's why I can't have a regular hat. I can only have a baseball hat. I would touch the brim too much.
Yeah.
Like I'd use it for I'd use it for everything. Like, do you want another beer?
You gotta save moves for later.
Yeah.
You would think that. But...
See, hats, baseball hats, I'm the same way. I'm a baseball hat person. But hats with brims, those are for tall people. Like, you gotta have a certain body shape. If I wore like a hat with a brim, I would look like a thumbtack. Like, you'd want to just press down on my head and press me down into the ground. It's just one of those things where, like, short kings, I gotta be the truth teller here. You just gotta be honest about what your silhouette looks like if you have that brim hanging over your body.
Interesting.
Oh my God, that's it's like fat guys in vests.
Yeah.
Yeah, can't do it. That's
Can't do it.
Just not the rest, man. It's fine.
It's fine.
What
That's
about
fine.
that dude in 8 Mile? What about the guy from Ballers who was in 8 Mile? Who wore a vest? He looked pretty good.
None of the dudes in 8 Mile looked cool.
No,
Yeah, they
that guy
did.
can't wear that.
They did too look cool.
No way, they all look broke as hell. That was the point, because they were broke. 8 Mile, that movie came out, and they literally dressed like me and my friends.
Yeah.
I was also wearing baggy sweatpants to work.
There wasn't one thing aspirational about that movie.
No.
Have I told you guys this? That my first idea, I'm sure many a comedian, but my first actual idea for doing stand-up was to go up and do like an 8 Mile parody. And
That would have been.
I didn't do it, but boy,
Which
that was
scene? Which 8 Mile scene? Like what part of? Like,
Come on, man.
I was
Wink
gonna-
did fuck my girl.
Yeah, I was gonna be like, yeah, Wayne fucked it. No, I was gonna get up and be like, yeah, this is like my 8 Mile or whatever, but with stand-up. Who knows? It makes me want to puke just even
Like I
saying
just
that
said,
I thought about it.
you do have to save some moves for later. So it's like,
Yeah.
now's a great time for you to do that.
Yeah.
Well, and that, if I would have done it then, that's why they would have called it window pane. And I'll tell you that for sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I also say
I got
that speaks
goosebumps.
to like when you first start stand-up, you always want to write about what it's like being on stage. Like they give a fuck.
Nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like this is like, you know what this is like for me? Nobody gives a shit,
Yeah.
man. Talk about the buzz.
You know how scary and cool this is for me?
Yeah. I'm living my dreams, aren't you guys? They're like, no, it's Tuesday.
No, dude. My dream was that there wasn't going to be stand-up at this bar. Me and my friend went to.
Exactly.
That's my dream right now. David Bory is here. Cool Guy Joke 77 on Instagram. Not on Twitter, baby.
Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm good, just this year's moving, man. This year's
It is.
gonna be a bunch of cool stuff at the end of the year that you guys will like, or maybe you fucking don't. I don't care, man. I don't give a shit.
Oh yeah.
David?
I love this
I like
place. I love this energy. I love where you're at. Right?
You want my dates? Cause I'll fucking give them out, man. I don't give a shit.
Fuck you if you're listening to this.
Fuck you. Fuck you if you live in Trinidad, Colorado, and you're gonna be around on February 26th. Fuck you, man.
Pull your car over and get out.
Yeah. Hey, also, March 17th to 19th, if you live in Calgary, Alberta, and you're near the Laugh Shop, I don't give a fuck.
You asshole. Send me $30 if you're listening to this.
Yeah,
correct?
yeah. Hey, April 7th to 9th, the Grove Comedy Club, Lowell, Arkansas, kiss my crits.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
Fuck you.
But do come to Riot Comedy Club in Houston, Texas.
You're gonna want to check that one out.
Yeah, that's gonna be good. I'll be doing good stuff.
Love and respect to Paul Wall and everyone else in Houston, Texas. Yeah.
But yeah, come out. I'm very funny right now. You don't want to miss it.
I would love to see you do stand-up soon. It's been way too long.
It's in a good, weird place.
Can I say this?
I have a lot of fights with the audience.
I also feel really funny right now. It's fun.
Good. You're really?
Yes, I do. In fact, yeah, I recorded a set like last night that I'm gonna.
Can we just all be in fucking LA at the same time?
Yeah.
Here pretty
Yes.
soon?
It has to happen. When was the
Yeah.
last time? Oh, I guess High Plains.
That doesn't count.
No, it doesn't. That's why I was just like, that doesn't count. When was the last time we hung out? We didn't really hang out with anyone.
I'll cook dinner. I'll use my sous vide, which I got. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you ain't even
Damn.
drop it. How is that going?
I got a fucking sous vide, and it had. I made lamb
What is-
chops.
what is
and
that?
It's like you cook by vacuum sealing the meat and keeping it in a circulated water bath that is kept at a consistent temperature, and that meat comes out juicy.
Man, I had some steak out of the sous vide one time. Shout out to Shocker. You should talk to Shocker. He's a sous vide king.
I want to talk to Shocker, dude. Him and I are on speaking terms.
Well, now that you guys are both sous vide guys, you can't get past what happened?
No.
Okay.
If anything, it's made the gulf wider.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Well, it was harsh, though. I
I'll
get
body
it.
slam Shocker through whatever's in front of us, you know? Slide it over. He's getting slammed through it. Shocker made some homemade hummus that I
I
tried.
did make it.
Fucking delicious.
That kid can do anything.
Yeah, he's
It
amazing.
really is great.
But I'm out here sous vide. When you guys are in LA, I'll sous vide a fucking brisket. Okay.
How long does it take?
It's like 72
I'm a
hours.
smoker.
Like 72 hours to sous vide it.
Okay, and you just
Yeah.
do you put it in there with all the spices and stuff, and you just
You like rub, put a little liquid smoke in there, and then just
Right.
off to the races. It's not smoking it. It's not, but it's makes the meat very tender. That I'm.
No, I'm all for it.
Yeah. We'll hop on the text chain and figure that out.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
got my air fryer. So.
Yeah.
You did,
Oh yeah.
Jason.
I love the air fryer. I mean, the air fryer is. Here's the little thing I love about the air fryer is, you know, I had all these incredibly ambitious plans. Everything that you know, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna make my own cereal, I'm gonna like.
Wait, what?
You can make cereal in the air fryer. You can make like cornflakes.
Yeah.
I only make wings pretty
The
much.
only thing I make in the only thing I make in the air fryer is everything that you would eat in 7th grade lunch. Like it's
Pizza with
tater
ranch.
tots, pizza with ranch, and chicken fingers. That's all that comes out of there. At any
You can
given
make your
time.
own flaming hot Cheetos, like all the cool girls.
Really? Really?
No, I don't know. I was just guessing.
David.
Oh, by the way, I just for work, they sent me these flaming hot Cool Ranch.
I just saw those today at Plaid Pantry.
Be careful, man, is all I'm gonna say. Tread lightly.
Nope. Nope. If I'm getting snipped, I'm not treading lightly ever again.
That's
You
it.
have my interest. Now you have my attention. All right. Flamin' Hot Cool Ranch.
It's like one of those things that you think would go good together, and then it sucks.
Oh,
Does that make sense? Yeah. Does that make
Why'd
sense?
you do that? Why'd you
You're
say
like,
that?
you're like, oh, basketball and trampolines, that'd be great. But really, it's just everyone gets hurt.
Yeah.
Oh my God, Shocker just texted me. I swear to God.
Oh.
That's hilarious. Speak of the devil.
David, you don't remember Slam Ball? Because not everybody got hurt. The only thing that got hurt was my TV. Slam Ball was dope.
Slam Ball was dope.
People
but it
got
didn't
hurt.
catch on.
Arena basketball.
But it didn't catch on.
Still dope. I mean, you know. Anyway,
Well, then eat those chips.
I'm gonna eat those fucking
I
chips
know
for a
you-
Hey,
second.
you should
you
just
thought
keep
of-
it fucking artisan and dip Flamin' Hot Cheetos in a ranch dressing. You know what I
There
mean?
you go.
That's what I think your idea should
Barefoot Contessa, dude. That's me. I'm out here. I'm making my own shit. I don't need to buy it from the store.
Is it weird that for years I thought that was some kind of erotica?
No, it sounds like it. It 100% sounds like it.
I still don't know what it is. I don't know what that means.
The
What it is.
Barefoot Contessa?
It's on at 2 a.m. on Showtime. Emmanuel and the Barefoot Contessa.
Oh, man.
Remember Emmanuel?
Shout
Remember
out to
Emmanuel?
Queen of the Galaxy.
Yeah, really did. She did.
She did
it
numbers.
everywhere.
She was holding it down for us when there was no other way to get that kind of material.
I remember like Red Shoe Diaries and stuff. Is
No,
that, you know what it
Emmanuel
is?
she was crisscrossing the globe doing fuck research for the
Yeah,
aliens.
she was going to space and doing that shit.
Yeah, she went to space.
Really?
Yeah.
It was like a whole series, and that was seriously
Yeah.
the premise? Ah, that's tight. I'm sure they still got versions of that. Don't they still, like, if you go on HBO, I wouldn't know. Don't they still have, like, those softcore porns and stuff on HBO and Showtime and stuff? Like, can't you go just find them?
I don't know. I feel like it would ruin it if I could just like watch it whenever I wanted.
Yeah, that's
I
the,
thought
that
they
was
did
the
it, like,
magic.
adult-
That was kind of the magic of it. Was just like finding it
Yeah,
at
I know.
1:30.
You got the Showtime app, Sean. Check it out.
You know what I watch on there? The Wood, The Brothers.
I do know what you watch on there.
You see it.
Every Omar Epps movie ever.
Continue watching Higher Learning again, but it's always in a different spot a little farther back. Sean's watched Higher Learning every night, like all the way through. I watched Higher Learning like 3 times last month. It was on there. Oh, you know I watched Deep Cover the other day.
Deep Cover, great movie.
yeah.
That's that's
Another Omar Epps movie.
revolutionary movie.
Dude, Lawrence Fishburne is billed as Larry Fishburne in that movie.
Yeah, dude, Larry.
He was when he was a
Larry.
kid too.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
You see like Earl Cornbread and Me and all those kind of movies.
Tell you what, Larry Fishburne is beautiful.
He's a good
Dog, I saw him one time at the weed store, and it was really my only big LA famous guy sighting, and it was pretty awesome.
That's a famous guy.
Yeah, he's big and thick now too, and still just gorgeous.
He was standing in front of the weed store looking like, you guys can't see, but he was like looking like kind of sideways, and he had his sunglasses halfway down the front.
Oh,
It was amazing. It was amazing.
yes.
What was he getting?
Oh, he wasn't even inside. He was just like looking
Oh
at
shit.
I don't think
Yes.
I need the weed after that.
Yeah.
Furious
No.
Styles, checking out the weed that he wore.
Jason Concepcion is here.
Hi.
At Network with a 3, with a NETW3 archive on Twitter. Now on Instagram, that's X_network spelled the same way, _X. How are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. It's great to see you. That's the emotion that I'm having right now. It's great to see all of you.
It's great to have you here. It's great
That
to
gotcha.
see you.
Always.
Fantastic. I'm I'm getting Sean. Just the fact that I'm able to get Sean right now while he's still a fertile man.
Yeah. You can feel it.
All the tubes are still connected. Like, I can feel that vitality that I know now.
Yeah, they didn't cut the jizz pipe yet.
Will be gone in some form or fashion later. The rope's still there, but like that, the actual content of the rope will be different, and it's great to be here. Those last moments of you as a man who can father children.
I'm gonna have to go tell Laura that it's not happening after this.
I'm going the other way. It's gonna be all a sperm, no semen, dude. It's gonna be like more like.
Right.
I'm getting the other tube down.
Right.
Cacophony.
just like a dust, just sperm dust in a cloud coming
like you're
out.
blowing off the head of a dandelion.
It's gonna be like you're pollinating clouds.
Grandma, did you know there was a piano up here? all the dust goes flying off it.
I'm not doing this. I'm not. Why would a grandma be? Why would a piano be there?
Right. I was saying there's a dusty piano in the attic, and so the dust from the dusty piano. I get.
Why would you put the piano in the attic, though?
I get it wasn't great. It wasn't the perfect way to go.
No, don't do this.
No.
I understand. I try to be nice.
No.
You know,
It was good.
all the time.
I mean, like it was creative. I'll say that. And
Thank
you are
you.
a creative guy.
I mean, you are creative. You're really creative, so rest on that.
Yeah, proud of you for that. Jake, do you have anything? Where do you want people to check you out?
Check out X-Ray Vision and Take Line wherever you get your podcast. Give us 5-star ratings and reviews, and then just if you like that, if that's the stuff you like, tell your friends, and that's it. That's great. Be a good person in the world.
And if you're the person who likes this podcast, All Fantasy Everything,
right.
You're gonna like that. You're gonna like that other stuff. I would think it was weird if you hadn't checked it out yet.
Right.
Because the Venn diagram is damn near a circle. But
it's just a big circle.
If you haven't, freaking check it out. I'm Ian Carmel, at Ian Carmel on Twitter, at Ian Carmel on Instagram, at Ian Carmel on Jewish Anova app, which I use on my sous vide. That's right.
My sous vide.
Jewish #1 scorer in the NCAA right now.
Oh, Division III.
What?
Who cares?
At Yeshiva?
Yeah.
Yeah, who cares?
I don't care. I'm stoked.
Ryan Terrell.
Goes to a small Jewish college, right?
Yeah.
That's right. We got Jews named Ryan now. We're moving up.
To be honest, I didn't know you did.
We're mixing in. Well, I don't. It feels like an Irish name, but we're fucking in there.
See, I've always thought that Ryan could be anything.
Yeah, Ryan is a big
Ryan
anything
and Josh.
name.
I feel like I've seen Josh.
Josh isn't an Irish name. You get Josh out of there.
No, I'm saying they could be anything. Like somebody's a Josh, it could be any race.
I think you're right, but we have to specify. We're talking about RYAN Ryan, not RION Ryan. RION Ryan.
No, or not RYAN.
No, that can't. That's a very specific.
Specific. That's only Ryan Johnson, the director of Knives Out, and a few other people.
That's the end of Omari.
This wasn't RION, huh?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Shout out to Ryan Johnson. Big shout out. Frick, what have I got coming up? Nothing in particular. You know what name could also be any? Kevin is a big. That could be anybody name.
Yeah.
Because when I think of Kevin, I think this is because I grew up with a Kevin. I think of a white dude with red hair. But then now, if I think about all the famous Kevins I know, most of them are black dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first one that popped into my head was Kevin Avery.
Yeah.
Mine was Kevin Mack, that old running back for the Browns, right? That's Kevin Mack. Was that his name?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Garnett.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy I worked with at Loaf and Jug used to call me Kevin all the time.
You call what? Why?
I don't know. The whole 8 months I worked there, he always thought my name was Kevin.
All right.
Joe was his name. I remember your name, you fuck.
not to drop a name, but something I was talking about with Jason Mantzoukas recently is Jason. It's like a dead name now. And there are no more Jasons. You don't encounter any young Jasons. And I think
it's because there's too many Sages.
That could be it.
Yeah.
I think it's, and I'm being serious, I think it's because the Friday the 13th movies killed it. I think
so?
I think people were like, I don't want that connotation anymore.
Which is crazy because that is an ancient name.
It is an ancient
and
name.
And the Argonauts. You know
The
what I mean?
Argonauts.
One of the oldest names.
Wow.
Well, the Argonauts are still popular, but yeah, Jason.
See, I never felt like there was a David Wade. If we're being honest,
A Dave wave?
it's always been a peripheral. Everyone knows one, but nobody knows a bunch.
Dave is more of an inland sea.
Yeah, it's a Caspian Sea.
It's steady.
It's a name of kings, though.
Yeah,
It is. It is. Kings have a lot of names that people don't always have.
You know, like
Martin Luther? Need I go on? How many Luthers do you know?
not enough.
Yeah.
I don't know
That's
what's
true.
wrong
Not
with
fucking enough. Watch the Late Late Show, James Gordon. Listen to All Fantasy Everything. Keep your eye out. Oh, watch Sex Unzipped on Netflix. And the next thing, I can't announce it yet, but the next thing that I've been alluding to, the people just returned to the office for it. So it's I think it's definitely going to happen. I've signed some contracts. Going down. Need me
Are you
on the
serious?
TV. Yeah.
Wait,
I don't know what you're talking about.
the big one?
Well, I don't know if it's the bit. Wait, I can say it. Marissa, will you believe this out?
I'll bleep it out.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Marissa, can you bleep it out? I thought you.
No.
That'll be a while.
That would be
This
the
is how you
first.
tell me?
That would be the first thing. Also, I wouldn't be on this podcast anymore. This would be
That's
over.
it. We'd be finished. We're done.
I understand.
And you know what? We would understand it. We would get it.
Yeah,
We
I
would get
can't be
it.
mad at that.
Yeah, we would
Yeah.
understand it.
I'd be out there just adopting babies and naming them Jason if that were the case, dude. I'd
Yeah,
be
bringing it back single-handedly.
I would Genghis Khan that shit.
You would be in a lime green Lambo truck.
Yeah, dude.
Living. That's
Yeah.
alliteration.
Oh yeah, that's sick, dude.
Yeah, so I'm stoked about that. Keep an eye on that. But listen, we're gathered here today not to keep you in the dark about upcoming projects, but also to fantasy draft stress relievers, relaxations, things to sort of take the edge on. Jason, this was your suggestion. Any behind the music on it? What made us?
Well, I just feel like it's on people's minds, isn't it? You know, it's a. I feel like there's a lot of anxiety out there. This is just just a gut feeling, and I feel like over the past, couple years, maybe people have thought about how can I get away from it all for a day or 5 minutes or an hour, and have developed certain things that they go to kind of just like take a break as our work-life balance and ability to see other people's kind of collapse. What are we doing now to relax?
I think that's wonderful. I think this is right on time. All of us can be fairly highly strung, but we can also be very chill. Let's tell you how we go from one to the other with the magic of the All Fantasy Everything Fantasy Draft. Now, the way we determine the order of that draft is through a rollicking game of rock, paper, scissors, played by the three of you. And we throw on shoot. Here we go. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh, Sean Jordan wins.
Yeah.
He throws the rock against two papers. He's doing it goofy. Sean Jordan as the winner of rock, paper, scissors. It is incumbent upon you to determine the order of today's draft. Before you do that, I will remind you it is a serpentine draft.
And what is that?
How's that work?
Great question about
I had some sugar-free Red Bull in me.
We just got one of these things that they have at like dentist office and doctor's office. It's a thing that the kids play with that's like the bunch of curvy wires.
Yes.
And so we just got one, the first one for Maxine. And as you can imagine, I struggle to try to explain to David. I still have yet to be able to do it the right way to where he understands what a serpentine draft is.
I'm
So
thick-headed.
I was watching this thing, and yeah, so it's like one of those. So you start with all the blocks on one side, and then you take one and you just curve it all the way through and the wires and stuff, and it's really fun. It doesn't matter how old you are. It's really fun. Then you go back and you take the other one, you go all the way to the other side, and you do that 5 times or 4 times, however many times you want, and then they're all on the other side, and then you just take them all the way back down that same wire, but just back the other way. And you just do that a whole bunch. There's usually like 5 different wires. So you just go down one, go down the other, all the way back. And that's basically it. That's exactly how a serpentine draft works. Exactly.
Basically, what it means is you pick 4th in the first round, you pick 1st in the second round. Now, Sean, with that in mind, what will the order of today's draft be?
Jason, you're going to go first.
Oh, wow.
Your
Okay.
idea.
Yeah,
I'm going to go second, David, and then Ian.
Hot corner. All right. Jason, Sean, David, Ian is the order, which means Jason, you are now on the clock, but we won't get to your first book until right after this short break.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now listen, just in life, rarely does everything just work out the way you want it to. I know we talk about it all the time, but it's just true. You're faced with crossroads, you come to a crossroads rather. You're faced with a difficult decision, you don't know what to do. It could be a career change. It could be like your relationship needs some work. You could just be broke, like I was my whole life. I mean, it could be anything. Whatever world you're living in, something's going to stress you out. Whatever it is, problems are problems. And don't let anybody diminish yours or make them sound like they're less than for any reason. And therapy, it can help you map out your future. It can help you to learn to trust yourself and just find the way forward. I don't think I've talked to anybody who has gone to therapy and said that they were upset they didn't. I've talked to people who definitely had different reactions, but everybody says they benefited in some way or another. And that is the whole point. That's what it's designed to do. It can help you learn positive coping skills, how to set boundaries, which I don't even think that existed like 10 years ago, so most of us don't know how to do it. It just empowers you to be the best version of yourself, and it's not just for those who've experienced extreme major trauma, because again, it's all perspective, so whatever is your issue is your issue. It doesn't matter how severe it seems to somebody else. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's done entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, it's suited to your schedule. They just want you to go fill out a brief questionnaire, you get matched with a licensed therapist, and you can switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. They want it to benefit you as much as you want to benefit from it. That is extremely important to remember. Let therapy be your map with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/allfantasy today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that's betterhelp.com/allfantasy. This episode of All Fantasy Everything is brought to you by Bespoke Post. Now, of all the packages that get dropped off at my door, which, hey, your boy's out here getting packages. I get skateboards. Sometimes I get a new shirt here and there. Hands down, the best box that I open every month is my Box of Awesome from Bespoke Post. My Box of Awesome, it's filled with just carefully chosen gear from the best small brands around the world. You like to support, Box of Awesome helps you support. This month, my Box of Awesome, it's the Hawker box. So in the box, I got something I didn't even know existed, but it's like a little telescope looking situation to help you gauge pupil size to see if something is actually wrong with your pupils, which can come in pretty clutch because that indicates stroke and things like that. I also got some tweezers or slivers, nose hairs, but probably slivers. I got a whistle just to let people know where you're at, and I got a crazy dope flip out knife. Now, I'm not the biggest use a knife guy, but it is fun to have. I'm just looking at it. If I'm ever out in nature, if I need to whittle because I'm bored or I want to bond with a loved one, I got a knife. If I get in a jam, I need to cut something off of me, something that, tied too tight, or if I need to cut my way out of like some shrubbery, something like that, I got a knife. More importantly, it's there for whittling to bond with loved ones. I digress. They send you rad stuff every single month. No matter what you got going on this summer, Box of Awesome, they got you covered. From camping gear essentials, cookout must-haves, drink game upgrades, Box of Awesome has collections for every part of your life. To get started, you should go take the quiz at boxofawesome.com. The answers are going to help pick the right box for you. They release new boxes every single month, so always options. Each box is valued around $70. You're only going to pay a fraction of that, so you get a deal. Plus, with every Box of Awesome, you're supporting small businesses because 90% of everything that comes in your Box of Awesome is from a small upcoming brand. It is free to sign up. You can skip a month, you can cancel at any time. Get 20% off your first monthly box when you sign up at boxofawesome.com and enter the code ALLFANTASY at checkout. Again, that's boxofawesome.com, code ALLFANTASY for 20% off your first box, boxofawesome.com, code ALLFANTASY.
Yeah, and we're back. Welcome back to All Fantasy Everything, the only podcast that has ever existed. This is it. This is the only podcast, except of course,
Right.
if you listen to Takeline or X-Ray Vision.
I took them down because I didn't want to compete with this podcast anymore. I thought that it
we
was.
appreciate
I
it.
thought it was unfair, so I took it's down. They're gone now.
Put it back up.
Very nice
Put it
of you.
back up.
Very nice of you. But we've actually carved out a special dispensation
Yeah.
that there can be two other podcasts.
This is like Romeo and Juliet, where he thinks she's dead, but so he kills himself, but then actually
Right.
she was. That's how I feel right
The
now.
parallels between this show and Romeo and Juliet are shocking.
David, you bite your nose at me?
I bite my nose and pee. I thumb my nose and pee.
I'll bite David's nose for you if he keeps thumbing his nose.
Sean,
How about
bite
that?
David's nose, boy.
I'll suck all the boogers out too. What do you think of that?
Whoa!
You know, that's what you have to do.
Come on, man.
You know that when you have a newborn kid, you have to suck their boogers out.
Oh,
with
yeah,
a
with
hose.
the little
Is
rubber
that's
thing.
not real.
With your mouth. Yes,
no,
it is. You put
it's
it. I
not.
swear, you
I've
put it in a
never
little
heard
hole.
that before.
No, it's the little squeeze thing. We have to do it to my brother all the time.
Nope.
No,
You
you
have
don't
to-
know. I know Dana has to, okay? I don't have to do that.
You're sucking out boogers?
Yeah, man, I've sucked out big boogers of her nose. The hose is long, so the boogers don't get to your mouth. There's a little filter.
Why
But
does it sound like you're siphoning gas?
that's what you're doing. But it's boogers and it's a baby, not gas in a car.
Wait, how big are we talking about by weight? Like, can you give us like how many grams or whatever?
I mean, what does she weigh? 7 pounds?
Boogers are.
10
I don't
pounds?
think boogers have much weight to them.
Babies are mostly boogers.
They're
Yeah,
mostly
big boogers and poop.
little cartilage and some boogers.
Yeah, very little cartilage. But yeah, boogers and poop. And a
That's a
bad
Rodney
attitude
Carrington song.
sometimes, I'll tell you that. She's full of bad attitude from time to time. But that's neither here nor there, is
Well,
it?
where'd she get that from?
Her mama. She get it from her mama. Remember that Juvenile song? Where'd she get the eyes from? She get it from her mama. And where'd she get the thighs from? She get it from her mama. Listen to
Not all those
Juvenile.
come from her mom.
Yeah.
Jason,
Yeah.
time for your pick.
I want to pick this later, but I'm going to pick it now because I feel like it's a popular one. Masturbating. Like let's not
Yeah,
you know, let's
We're not
cast
reinventing
aside
the wheel.
any kind of judgments. Let's not be weird about
Ranking the
it.
hog. That's of course.
You don't need any equipment. It's you and the stuff. And if you have 5 minutes, great. That's perfect. You just you've got something you're nervous about. You're about to go on a job interview. You're about to go outside for a few hours and go meet people. Just crank one out, get one out. You can get it done very quickly. Most people can. My stuff is so deadened now that it takes me like a half hour. You know how like
Right.
they
You gotta like
you know how
punch
like
through some drywall to
you know that
fix.
joke about the stranger, like if you sit on your arm and it kills the feeling in your hand and then you jerk off, it's like someone else is doing it. For me, it's the opposite. My hand is so sensitive, but my dick is like wood. It's dead. It's very, very hard. Very, very hard, but no feeling anymore. So
Feels
for
like you're
other
giving a hand job. more
right.
than
So for other people, I'm saying for most of the population that isn't me, I think masturbating is a great way to relieve some stress. And,
Plus, you gotta like make eye contact with somebody who works at a morgue to get a boner. So like that alone takes forever.
I don't know where that came from. It used to be, I looked at a little drawing of like a skull and crossbones, and then it just kind of like stepped up and stepped up and stepped up.
Yeah,
That-
understandable.
Those are sexy. I guess.
Yeah.
You used to watch like old WWF videos with Paul Bearer and The Undertaker, and that's how you got going.
Wow, you know what? I got a little tingle in my neck when you said that, and I think that you're right. I think that you were right about that.
Paul Bearer, man, that guy, get you going.
He can bear my falls.
Sean, are you worried that once you get the
Yes, I'm worried. Whatever you're
What's
gonna
it
say, I'm
called?
worried about.
what's it called again,
The vasectomy.
the vasectomy? Are you worried that then when you masturbate and when it's time for you to have an orgasm, rather than ejaculating, your body will go like when a Coke can gets frozen in a fridge?
Yeah, like when you put the Mentos in there. Yes. Yeah, I mean, I didn't ask him in such a colorful way, but I was like, so it's cool, right? Like, and he was like, yeah, people have been doing this, and
I'll
they're
go to the doctor with you. It's good to have someone to advocate.
nobody explodes, and people have been doing this, and I'm like, yeah, but what if I do? What if you guys do it wrong?
So do they just what kind of like pain medication do they put you under? Is it just a shot? Do they just
give
like
you
cool
they give you
it?
something,
I think they just give him some birch wood to bite down on, right?
Yeah.
Stuff.
bottle of Evan Williams.
And are you on your back like with your legs up in the air? Like how does it? What are we looking
Like a
at?
baby?
Yep, it's like you're giving birth, and I guess they give you something orally, and then they give you like
Just
they give you I did that. I started laughing, and I thought one of you would. Then they give you something local, I guess, whatever, numb up your area, and then they go in, and he's like, in and out, 15 minutes, and I'm like, oh, that's a long
Are you
time to
awake
be
the
in
whole
there.
time?
Yeah, you're awake.
Oh,
But
cool.
before you do it, I'll just look up the old potato in the
What? The potato and the what?
What's the thing on the back of the car? The exhaust.
Is there an
Oh,
Irish
the potato
variable?
The potato and the exhaust pipe gas. Just look that up before you go through with it.
I'll just go in and be like, let me get an Irish vasectomy. Huh?
Are you going to put some on ice just in case?
We discussed it. I think it's pricey, so I'm probably not.
What is pricey to just like jizz in a glass and throw that in the freezer?
I'll save it for you, $100 a month.
I think it's different, but sure, I'll pay you $100 just to have some of my load in your freezer, no matter what.
Oh, not my freezer. Are you kidding me?
How can that be
I have
expensive?
people come over.
Well, see, that's the thing. This is part of the advantage, the biological advantage that guys are dealt. It's like we can father children for like until you're elderly, and it's like I don't know the science behind it, but I bet you if you jizz like in an empty Coke can and like just put some put some tinfoil on the top of that and threw that in the freezer, that'd be good for.
Yeah, you don't need the carbonation anyway, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to keep a little Coke in there just so they have some energy. Bouncing around.
Jacking off is a great stress reliever, though. I've definitely gotten myself out of some situations.
Oh, for
It's
sure.
a good reward too. If we ever draft rewards, it'll get you good way to get
It'll
you to
keep
do
you
something.
from making a mistake, for sure.
Yes, it will. Oh my God, will it ever?
I've still made some mistakes.
But not after you finish.
Sometimes finishing was the mistake.
Yeah. Oh. Damn, dude.
I can't make a mistake afterwards. I'm not incapable. I can't. I'm not one of those like superheroes that can just go and go. I got like
But there is that.
one and done, and then talk to me the next day.
Right.
There's that 1 second afterwards where you're like, I could write a book.
Yeah.
Yeah. That immense clarity of it's like you can
just
see
like
the
that-
matrix, and you're like, why?
Yeah.
I understand now why I act like this.
Yeah.
That's what Kindle's Learn was built.
What's in these? Well, you're dying to know. I can tell you, but I just keep taking them.
I understand why I act like this. I understand why I had to jerk off 5 minutes before going to Safeway when I jerk off.
Oh man, that's who I am?
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's also like, you're like, I need to vacuum.
Yeah.
It's not good in here.
Sean, time for your first pick?
When I'm stressed, I like to take a bath.
Nice.
Yeah, classic Sean.
Just take a bath. Yeah, take a bath, get a nice bath bomb. Put just kind of set the scene. Like if I can get some sort of like dim lighting, or like if I can use like natural daylight or something, fantastic.
A day
And just
bath?
chill. Yeah. But at the old crib it was a lot easier because we had a room or a window from outside, like into the bathroom. This house we don't, but just sick, just lay there and relax.
Have you thought about, instead of getting your tube torn, like just taking a lot of hot, really, really hot baths and just boiling them out?
And just what?
If you take because that will lower your sperm count. If you take like long hot baths, if you took regular, very relaxing, very hot baths, you're just gonna boil.
Yep.
You're gonna boil that lake trout. You know what I'm saying?
Now, you say you don't know the
Smoke 'em out.
science,
Yeah.
but I swear to God, this is science. So you do know the science behind all this.
It's do science, yeah.
Should I ask the doctor before I go in and be like, how many times do I have to masturbate just to get it all out? Like everything that's in there. Like what if I just do it like 50,000 times?
Right. How many would it take, Doc, to get down from like 2 million sperm to like 10?
Yeah.
Coming
Or
out.
like
Yeah.
what if I just masturbate one big one? How do I do that?
Don't tell me there's not an answer. There's an answer. All right?
I think if you have sex under a power line, it'll do it.
Talk to me like you talked to Mark Zuckerberg about this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not a scientist, but I think if you electrocute yourself while coming, you can never have kids again.
You also can't die.
Yeah, don't I turn into like a superhero?
Yeah.
A questionable superhero? Yeah, man, taking a bath.
You're taking a bath during the daytime, huh? I guess you've been a bath boy from way back.
Yeah, I'm a bath
he
boy.
loves it.
I've taken a bath during the day is almost stresses me out more sometimes because I'm like, what do you think you're doing that you can stop everything and take a bath during the day?
Yeah.
But during COVID, I mean, sometimes it was just like so bummed out during the day that it's like, I'm taking a bath during the day. I can't go anywhere. I can't do shit.
You take your phone, you read in there?
I do not read, no. I just don't read in general.
You take your
Well,
phone, what do you do? Yeah.
I don't like holding the phone above the bath because then if it fell in, it would stress me out. It would completely cancel out the bath.
You just drink champagne, right?
I've been known. Sometimes I just have it there, some strawberries. I'll do a little something in the bath. Well, honestly, most of the time, it's just a bath bomb. Like, I just like to get the fizzy bath bomb. Whatever it's lying to me and says it, that, like, they have a bath bomb, it's like mood or lunar or whatever. I'm just like, oh, cool, this one's really going to chill me out. It's called lunar.
You should make your own.
Yeah.
You should make your own. You should make your own bath bomb.
Yes.
Buck bomb.
Buck bomb, dude. Come on. For fellers? Buck bombs for fellers, dude. Cedar.
This bath bomb smells like puke, bro.
Leather.
Yeah.
Yeah, gunmetal.
Yeah.
This one just smells like a dickhead.
Divorce.
Yeah. Dad's hotel room.
Yeah, dude.
His
Come
kids. His kids, your car.
That's the name of the set. His kids, your car.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man, taking a bath, dude. Splish splash. I was taking a bath.
All right. All on Saturday night. David, time for your first pick?
My first pick is mine are so basic, man. I'm sorry. I wanted to go like have something nuts, but Jason picked Coming.
The nuttiest thing of all.
That's so nuts.
Sometimes you feel like the nuts, sometimes you don't.
I'm not gonna feel like one in about a month.
R.I.P. I don't know what to say to that.
Just give his dick ripped.
It's all ripped. This one's pretty easy. Just go outside, take a walk.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Just like, cause especially like now, I do a ton of, like everybody does like a ton of shit from home now.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's like the 5th Zoom of the day, and you're like, and then you just go outside.
So before COVID, was walking as much of a stress reliever for you as it is now? I know you've been walking a lot. Like, you've been walking since I knew you, but...
Yeah, not, it wasn't a direct thing.
Now it is. I feel for like a lot of people.
Like, now it'll be like, I'm fucking stressed in here, I hate it in here, I gotta go walk to like relax. Before it was just like more of a I guess I always thought about it. So I've been going through it. You know, my therapist says it might be its own hobby.
Sure.
Yeah, but it wasn't concentrating.
Well, no, having the option of leaving your house taken away kind of makes you realize how much you love just not being in there.
Yeah.
Dude, seriously, I thought I was a homebody, and then like COVID kind of cured me. Because like, you know, the first few months of it, I was pretty okay about it, but like now it's like, especially working, you shouldn't. I need an office or some shit. You shouldn't just like work at your kitchen table. That shit's trash.
People say that. Granted, it was a lame job, but I worked for Hulu from home, and it's horrible to do that, because then you're like, home is supposed to be where you're chill or calm or whatever, and then all of a sudden you look at it like you live at work now.
Oh, dude, it sucks. Or like I'll finish some shit and then just like go to the living room. You know what I mean? Like, that's different.
Yep.
Ugh. So yeah, taking a walk, man. That shit really like.
I love taking a walk.
That's
Been my whole. The pandemic also, dude. It's just like that pause it put on everything made me like think about health in a real where I'm like, oh no, this is good. I gotta fucking make time for it, and like it feels good.
Yeah, because if you don't, it feels bad. Like if I don't do it, like sometimes it'll be like 2-3 times a day. But if it's like once a day, if I don't do it, you just feel everything makes me cloudy. The older I get, that's all I notice is that everything makes me feel cloudy.
Yeah. Anxiety is like having to take a really bad shit. Like, if you don't get yourself to a toilet, you're gonna shit yourself in public.
Yeah, of course. And it's, dude, I think about that all the time. Everything
Shitting
makes
yourself
me
in
anxious.
public?
Dude, I have to shit. I have to shit so bad right now. Everything makes me anxious. Almost everything I can think of. And just finding ways to curb that and calm yourself down is so important. And I didn't realize how anxious I was until the world paused. And then you're like, holy buckets, I can't be swimming in my thoughts all day, and so you figure out things to do. And walking, it's just, I used to walk like super fast when this started. I would like almost speed walk. around the neighborhood, like enough to work up a sweat, and then it just kind of calms you down.
It doesn't just keep me from my thoughts.
I find it helps me. Like come up if I'm like really like at an impasse with something I'm writing or something. I find walking helps me detach enough from the idea that I can then explore other spaces around the idea, and usually that helps.
Yes, absolutely. I walk now at work. I'll leave, like I didn't used to because it seemed absurd to leave my office, and now I'm like,
and go walk down Fairfax.
I'm like, I'm the boss. I'm allowed to do whatever the fuck I want. So I just go walk for like an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, like not on show days, but like like
when it clears your head, like helps you write and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Jason was saying, if I'm trying to think of a bit or something, I'll just walk. I'll like talk to myself almost and talk it out, and it works most of the time.
Yeah, I said not on show days. On show days. I don't know why I lied about that. I go walk maybe not an hour, but 45 minutes. I just like go out there and I come back with ideas of like clarity.
Not on show days. On show days. I love it, dude. When you lie and then you immediately you're like, I don't know why.
Peace.
I don't know why.
Peace out.
I do that too, where you're just like, why did I lie about that? That was weird. You know what?
Yeah.
I did.